be able to cheer for my team. I wouldn't be able to say, "Aw," if it was a bad call. At minimum, I'm probably going to end up smelling like beer. Somebody's going to dump beer on me. Or, worst case, I'm going to get jumped just for wearing red and gold. I'm like, no, I don't want to. No,
Okay, well, Derek getting jumped aside. We're ready to start game at this point.
It's been at least 3 weeks.
Since you got jumped?
Yeah.
That's
I think it's Brittany's turn.
That's how Mormons roll out there.
Is it?
So,
Right.
Oh, I should.
Fifth Ward
have a
crit.
character sheet.
I was just about to say.
So, who has a recap for this particular game?
That will be me, I think. Yes. Okay. So, season 4, episode 12, Phone Home Part 2. So it was an hour before, or an hour later after the last time. Universe had finally managed to get itself together. Most of the drives were irreparably damaged, but it had enough to pull some audio logs, several of which were made by, let's see here, one Valeria Capraria, who was the science commander of the Proxima Centauri Orbital Fortress and Research Center. Then the last one was made by Electrum. And what we effectively learned from her, a bunch of different things. Ultimately, they found out about the corrupt, who are what the unending plague turn sentient beings into once they're completely infected. Their high command, the Dexamite High Command, was hiding the existence of that for years. We don't know why exactly. Gradually, the Dexamites had to fight a war against them. Revolts happened throughout their empire. They eventually failed, and then other interstellar races began gaining power and sovereignty. Valeria had a lover, Tertius Longinus, who was the leader of a powerful squad of Dexamite soldiers known as the Black Suns. But he and his soldiers died when fighting off a Dexamite corrupt that had landed via a space rock in Asia on Earth a long time ago, which seems to be the cause of the Black Plague. But fortunately, it didn't do to humans what it does to others, because Dexamites had already inoculated most of the planet, or effectively the entire planet, with a version of their serum, which didn't stop death, but it did prevent zombification. Let's see. We also learned that Valeria then had recorders bury Tertius and his squad because they died in that fight, buried them under Stonehenge. It does seem that the Dexamite Black Site is the source of the deviant gene phenomenon on Earth, because the ones who survived there managed to integrate themselves with human society. Let's see here. And we learned there are apparently 3 cosmic entities that created the universe: Eridus the Grand Designer, Ganon the Dark, and Kamea the Wanderer. They're all opposed to a being known as Azathoth. From Electrum, we learned effectively why he disappeared. Shortly after fighting against Tyrax, he realized that he might not be able to fight off a greater threat because that one was close. And then soon after, he had a premonition that something big was coming Earth's way, and he just decided to deal with it. So he eventually found that Dexamite Black Site, learned about the plague, the corrupt Dexamites. From that, he learned about the Proxima Centauri Center. So that's why he left and started flying away. Let's see here. He did mention Hyperion and Meredith McCall by name as individuals who could help other superheroes while he's gone. He did feel genuinely bad about just leaving everybody in a lurch just all of a sudden, but he felt this was so important that he had to pursue it. And let's see here. Yeah, so he's off trying to figure out what the backup plan that this guy Tiberius something or other, one of these guys that Valeria was working with in the Dexamite Empire. Tiberius Valgus, there it is. And so Electrum is going to go find out what his plan was, because he had a secondary backup plan for dealing with the corrupt and the plague, rather than just trying to cure it or find a vaccine. And said that if he were to die and we were to find, if anybody was to find his research, to pass it on to Dr. Dynamo. After that, we then tried to figure out if Xenofreeze could survive in outer space. He and Pulsar were talking. Seems that Pulsar, after talking with Compass, figured out he can survive in outer space, at least for a little bit. But we kind of got veered off of that because we needed to figure out other things. And then Hyperion generated a conduit so that we could actually get to that space base whenever we wanted to, but inadvertently opened up a temporal portal to a 1980 version of Earth, and an alternate Electrum fell through it. And after a bunch of back and forth trying to figure it out, yeah, he was definitely from an alternate timeline, not our Electrum. He did end up helping us figure out how he got there. It was crossed tachyon streams, so we figured out how to undo that, and Lightbringer did some more calculating so that Hyperion could successfully generate intertemporal portals. And this alternate Electrum also helped Lightbringer with her plague research, realizing that it looked a lot like an arcane spell he dealt with when he fought off a vampire villain in his reality. So that's some insight. Maybe it's arcane in nature. Then we did manage to actually send him back to his time. And after that, we boarded Ixion's ship and started flying back to Earth.
You forgot the part where he shot me on sight without any questioning.
He shot Pulsar on sight because he's in the middle of a battle with Four Flush, an enemy that I don't think we even have in our reality, but he was fighting him in his. And so Pulsar now hates him even more.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Oh, and the acronym, yeah, we found out that the acronym, I don't know if this was last game or the one before, but the acronym for Hyperion is the High Yield Prototype for Enhanced Robotic Intelligence and Operational Navigation. So
that was the game before. I just want to make sure that acronym got in there because, Dale and acronyms.
Right.
Did that come from Dale? Or
No.
did it come from...
Universe.
Wow.
Oh, you mean who developed it? Moi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
C'est moi.
Two can play this game, I see.
I, too, like to live dangerously. Okay, well, all of you at this point, it has been maybe an hour at this point since last game, still same kind of time frame. You guys are packing up, probably just for either for kicks and giggles, or maybe in case of emergencies, or just because. You have taken on some of the paste. Take home bags, essentially.
Right.
In case anybody wants to snack, on the way back or whatnot. And as you guys are getting your notes, and not like there's a whole lot that you need to collect, but I'm sure you guys took some time. And as a matter of fact, we should probably discuss that now real quick. So you're leaving. What are you doing with the facility?
So it is fully repaired, and it's not leaking Tetrion particles anymore.
Well, no, it's not fully repaired, but the maintenance that was required to keep it from like the orbit from decaying and powering down and basically, disintegrating into space dust. Yes, that's all taken care of.
Okay.
Everything is at an operational level. There's obviously things you can do to improve it,
Sure.
Later on, because there's nothing you can really do about the drives that have fully degraded.
Yeah.
But you can also eventually, replace them. So there's things like that. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, I was just curious, like, what are you planning on doing with it? Are you just gonna let it kind of sit?
We need to
Set up
roll
a car alarm?
XP too.
Oh, that too.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
car
what did you just
I
mumble?
think we need some lasers.
Is there
Some
any
friggin'
way
laser
to integrate him with our comms?
Can Universe talk to us from all the way out there?
We would need to develop a tachyonic transceiver at our base in order to receive any real-time communication between here and Universe. Otherwise, it would literally take over 4 years to receive radio wave communications.
Universe.
Well, I need something to do on the flight back.
Universe, is there anything portable that we might use as a receiver on Earth to be able to communicate directly to you in a timely fashion?
Scanning. Negative.
Do you have any insight into being able to possibly pirate non-essential parts that would be able to assist us in this endeavor?
The universe is prevented from self-cannibalization.
Wow.
That makes sense. They wouldn't want that to happen to their own ship and base. But I think we can still do it. We can still create it. I do have knowledge of most of the tachyonic transceiver from the Dexamite Black site. I could spend a few moments learning about the transceivers here to see if I can complete my knowledge base on that.
Basically,
way
what
we
you're
can
going to have to do
recreate.
is spend time parsing your own memory, because
Right.
you've essentially got it all. You know it's out there because you've
Okay.
heard the audio logs that they've communicated essentially with their forward location,
Right.
on Earth. It's just a matter of you've got all that data sifting around in your brain that even your own mental capacity, even though you have total recall, you basically had to like super zip file all these things down because it was just too much for your brain to handle. So it's there.
Okay.
You're gonna just have to take some time to parse through your own head, find it, and then at that point try and hyper invention it.
Okay. Yes, then he's like, I do have, I believe, the information that I need. I just need time to actually go over it and make sure that it's practical and can be created. It would just take time and some materials.
When the station can cloak itself, so why don't we just lock it up, cloak it, and then we'll come back to it when we have the time to come and fix it up.
You have a point. It doesn't seem like anybody else other than Electrum has come here, since nobody knows of its existence. Universe, are there any Tetrion particles leaking from the station that would give it away?
Negative. I do not. My systems do not detect any sort of trace tachyon particles interfering with the stealth systems.
Excellent.
They appear to be 100% functional.
In the event that Electrum were to come back to the base, should we leave him a message?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Hey, Dad, come home.
Or
We gotta talk.
You owe
Or
me
like-
12 hit points.
Hey, Dad, F you.
Yeah.
well, more like, hey, Dad, we're working on this death plague.
It's just red Arsenal on a video file going.
No, that's Pulsar.
Can we falsify some sort of lawyer documents to say something like in multiple languages and fonts that say something along the lines of you owe us you owe our individual mothers 40 years of back child support.
Collectively.
Since my mother's gone, I think I'll, it can
You
be
could collect it
forwarded to me.
yourself, hey. As far as I know, so is mine. But
So
hey,
that Hyperion would be like, well, if we do want to leave a message, what would we want to say? He's not going to exactly know all of us. He'll likely remember that he
Understatement.
created me, but for the rest of you, it seems that he left either before you even knew him or when you were very young.
Why don't we just leave the message for Universe to give to him? Because when he comes in, he's probably going to have to interface with Universe just to
That's
get
true.
around.
True. Would we want to inform Electrum that we, the Legacy, are also working on his project and have headed back to Earth to do so?
Yes.
Perhaps to meet up with us there.
Should we
Yeah.
also
Probably.
mention Tyrone?
Tyrex?
Tyrix, sorry. Yes, Tyrix.
Tyrone.
Tyrex
I mean,
became
I would be the
Tyrone.
person playing him, but I am ultimately not the villain. I'm not, going to appear myself and stomp on all you guys using GM power.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
every-
the Game Master.
Every villain hasn't just been Jerome in a super suit.
I know. Honey, where's my super suit?
It's a cross between Tyrex and Jerome. It was Tyrone.
Oh no.
Yes.
Tyrone.
We could
all
inform.
of a sudden, Jerome in like 50-foot tall fashion. Oh.
Just
We
purple
could-
Jerome with the Thanos.
I mean, we gotta tell Electrum everything, right? Like,
With your
just tell
special
him
chin.
we're working on the corrupted, and Tyrex is coming.
Yeah, Tyrix is on the move again.
Oh,
That would make
and
sense.
you have a bunch of kids.
He didn't react so well to that the last time.
That was a different version, keep in mind. But, yes, that does make sense. Universe, we'd like you to leave a message for Electrum should he return to the base, instructing him to head back to Earth as soon as possible, that there is a group known as the Legacy trying to assist in defeating the corrupted and getting rid of the unending death plague. And we are actually working on that on Earth. Would you be able to do this?
Affirmative.
Excellent.
With
And
the
Tyrex?
caveat that in the event that we are able to communicate with you directly, Universe, once we develop our own transspatial communication, that you leave him the means to communicate directly to us.
Affirmative.
Excellent.
Hyperion, do we want to tell him that Tyrix is on the move again?
I wonder if he would already know. If he had a premonition similar to Lightbringers, would he have that info already? I suppose we could mention it. Universe, also instruct Electrum that a member of our team also had a premonition of Tyrex's return to Earth, but we don't know when. We're also preparing for that as well.
Affirmative.
Excellent. Is there anything else from the station that we want to grab before we head out?
Shall I provide you with a proximity warning?
That would be excellent.
Okay. And then it says visual on display in the command deck.
So we were already at the command deck, like at this point. weren't we?
You guys were kind of in between. Not you guys weren't at the command deck.
Okay.
It was kind of like, you know how like people when get into conversations sometimes they stray and they wander a little bit. Like you guys
Okay.
were like in a hallway nearby it, just kind of basically mentally going down like, do we need to bring anything from here? Are there any snacks we want to bring? Like everybody just kind of doing like somebody would do if you're getting ready to leave the house for a trip.
Right. Okay.
Did you grab your toothbrush? Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, start walking back to the command deck.
Everybody go to the bathroom before we leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My ship has a toilet.
I don't want to use the bucket.
But did you clean it?
Yeah.
Did you put a flush on the bucket? I actually don't think we should take too much from the station, just because when we do inevitably come back in order to maybe make it more of a useful place for us, we're probably going to have a hard time getting things here. So if there's anything that we need to rebuild, like we don't want to take away too many parts that we can, later on use to fix up the systems here.
Granted. I'm going to see what the proximity was regarding. So he goes ahead and walks to the command deck to just make sure.
Sure. Yeah. So there's a visual. Basically, what it does is it has like a targeting scope reticle sort of thing, a reticule, and it locks in on various objects or whatnot. Great for measuring distance. No listed armaments per se, but you end up seeing a ship flying, and it's less than a light year away. It's not terribly far. It has entered this particular system, and it's juking and jiving and dodging as best it can. And you see like right behind, like tailing him, and it's got a little bit of what appear to be like some sort of a bit of an energy stream, particles coming off it, like it's already taken some damage. And right behind it, you actually see Collapsing Star chasing it.
Oh. So then Apeiron's like, Universe, can you open a communication channel to Collapsing Star, the individual after that ship?
It was about ready to ask who that was. I am to assume that is the SPB pursuing the fleeing vessel.
Correct.
Attempting to reach out. And you see basically you see I forget what they're called, but like the audio wavelengths, like when you see it in a visual format, and you see it kind of basically running down some frequencies and sending out
Sine waves,
like a
waveform.
There we go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As it's trying to send off, basically it's sending a local ping out, and it's just randomly rapidly going through each of these until it can find the the frequency sort of thing, and then within like 6 or 7 seconds, it says, "I've established connection."
Excellent. Collapsing Star, this is Hyperion. Do you need assistance?
Whoa!
Over.
What the what?
Yes,
Hold that thought,
for...
and you see, and right when he says it, you see another blast go wide, and you hear him curse. Like, dang it!
We are actually within the Proxima Centauri system. Did you need assistance in pursuing whoever it is you're after?
Okay. The fact that you're so far out here aside, no, just give me a second. I just need to I need to come up with a better plan to disable the ship. And so then he's like, oh, perfect. Yeah, as he's kind of mentally going through it. And you see, instead of him firing at it, his energy kind of cascades forward past it. And you see a wall appear. And it crashes through the wall. But at this point, it's the equivalent of a nice sedan hitting several of those small cement pillars that are in front of stores to prevent. So it's like boom, boom, boom sort of thing. It's still a one piece, but it's clearly rattled in a pretty bad, pretty bad way. And you see at this point it's starting to list, helplessly. It's like, ha ha, I got it. And so then he, projects some energy forward, and you see it, it encapsulates into a bubble. An energy bubble at this point, and so then he's like starting to look around. You could see him visually like looking around. And he's like, okay, so where exactly are you at?
We are actually in a hidden facility orbiting one of the planets in the system, something that we managed to find during our journeys.
You're over here in Proxima Centauri?
That's
Give
correct.
him our coordinates.
If you'd like to meet up with us, we can tell you where we are. We're in an orbiting base, so it will be on the move. But as you approach, We'll open the bay door so that you can see where you're going.
Okay, hold that thought. If this is supposed to be a secret facility, probably best if these clowns don't know about it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can put them in a situation where they can't go anywhere.
Understood.
And he like pulls the ship along, you know, in a towing pattern and rockets off towards the actual planet of Proxima Centauri. And you know, he ends up you see what he ends up doing is he focuses for a second with his axe as it energizes up, and he hacks into the engine cores on both vessels, or on not both vessels, but both engine cores. And he's like, and he's taking them up to, you know, survey, and he's like, yeah, that ought to keep. And then he comes, you know, flying up off the surface, letting them basically just stay crashed on the planet.
Right.
I kind of lean into Red Arsenal. I'm like, who is this guy?
That's Collapsing Star.
Okay, I got that part. Who is he?
He's like a space police,
Yeah.
but there's only one of him. He's from Earth,
Kind of like you in a way.
from like
but
the
not
50s or
Dexamite.
something.
Yeah.
Have I met this guy before?
No. This is going to be
Okay.
your first time.
Okay. Yeah. There's good, like, I've met a lot of these super people before, so I'm probably going to be turning to you guys going like, who is this person? Because if you know him, I probably don't.
So then
Fair enough.
Hyperion's like, we'll transmit you the coordinates. Stand by. He goes
Roger
ahead,
that.
sends him the info.
Jerome, put his picture on the chat or something.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in Discord. Uno momento, 4 flavors. There we go. And let me open up a new window. And let me go down to commissioned art. It's actually not there. I kept it in my main folder. Alrighty. Where did he go? There's a small picture that actually goes through the rotation on the main stream, but it's not like it's labeled. So unless you know who you're looking for, which kind of what we're looking for right now.
There he is.
Where did he go?
There, who is?
He.
Oh, yes, of course, he. No, I don't have the stream on. My internet is
Oh yeah, no, I totally get it.
It's a house of cards.
I'm actually trying to find the
Oh, yeah.
picture, and for some reason I can't find it, and I'm even in the folder it's supposed to be in.
Let me see if I can dig it up.
How many apps has he got?
Several.
No, I think he's got an 8-pack.
Okay.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So he's got more than Kylo Ren's one app.
Mhm.
Man, this is really irritating.
I have a
Oh,
set
there he
of
is.
one.
Oh, he didn't have a background. That's what was throwing me off. Okay. And that picture's too big. Wow. Okay. I could have swore I made a smaller version. I guess I did not. All right. Let me copy and see if I can actually throw it up in the Facebook chat. Otherwise, I'm going to have to quickly open up a graphics program.
Dun, dun,
There we go.
dun.
He is actually in the Facebook chat.
Woohoo. There he is.
It may take a little bit because that's the large version of the picture thrown in there.
The first image I saw was a dog.
Oh, okay. That's him. He's very
Oh,
cute.
okay.
He likes to beg you for whatever you're eating at that current point in time.
The dog or the guy I'm looking at?
Both.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see the axe.
Alrighty then.
It's got like long, luxurious hair.
Right.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Yeah.
He uses Tresemme.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Mhm.
Maybe it's Collapsing Star. Does he have a?
Yeah,
I
it's
checked.
online. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's
Yeah, I was gonna
Collapsing
ask.
Star.
Yeah, does Collapsing Star have his own, like, does he have a marketing deal for shampoo and conditioner?
Nope, unfortunately not.
Oh.
Nobody on planet Earth really knows who he is.
Right.
Oh, how did you guys all meet him?
We're
We
special.
inadvertently made contact with him when trying to reach out to Xenofreeze's people.
Hmm. You guys got in trouble?
Not necessarily trouble, but he did warn us that continued communications in that fashion might alert Tyrix the Tyrant that Earth was not protected by Electrum any longer. That's what caused us to stop producing those types of transmissions outward.
Okay,
Okay.
well, he, at this point, you can tell by the systems he's getting close, but he's just looking around,
Okay.
He's like,
Fish.
great, you got some kind of stealth technology that you didn't tell me about. Well, I'd knock, but I don't know where the door is.
Of course. Universe, please open the doors and allow Collapsing Star access to the base.
Okay, so he does as commanded, and the door starts opening up, and he's like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. Give me a second.
Sure thing. So then he walks over to the team and is like, we should meet Collapsing Star at the entry bay. And then starts heading that way.
Shall be done.
Okay, is everybody gonna go to the
To the turbo lift.
to the trouble of, to the docking bay?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can fly.
Yep.
I fly there.
Okay.
Through the ship.
Yeah, I'm just hovering most of the time. I'm like a cat. I've got like a long cat. I'm just like hovering around.
Okay, and looks like we got Brittany back.
Yep.
Get her re-added to stream real fast.
We got Brittany back.
Yeah.
She don't know how to act.
She got a pad of paper.
Oh,
Probably.
hey, do we still need a roll for Karma and stuff? Yeah.
Nope.
No.
We'll just go without Karma this
Uh-huh.
time. That's
Yep.
all.
No.
Oh,
We'll get that in a second. So, anyways, so everybody is making their way through the space station back down to the docking bay, and he's touching down. He's looking around, and he's like, so you've got a Salanth vessel?
we do. That's actually Xenofreeze's vessel that he actually used to travel to Earth when he first arrived.
Oh, gotcha. He's like just looking around. He says, "Oh, you've added to your group. It looks like."
We have. You already know myself, Xenofreeze, Lightbringer, and Shone. Let me introduce to you Red Arsenal and Pulsar.
How's it going, guys? He just
Hey, how you doing?
extends his hand.
Yep, shake hand.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So clearly, he's kind of pointing around. There's a story here. You guys didn't just turn around and build this out in the middle of nowhere.
Before we get to that, who were you chasing? Just now?
Oh, those guys that I left stranded planetside? Yeah, they're classified as smugglers. I've been chasing them through Tavaxian territory, and of course they came through here, which is another big no-no. They're trying to make their way back to they're basically trying to make their way back to free territory, and I put a stop to that.
So this sector is also off limits?
Yes, this is I probably should have explained that. This for whatever reason, Electrum kind of encompassed this in the, and he uses air quotes, Sol sector. That's how they know it as. So there shouldn't be any vessels coming through here, which begs a question. I'm hearing a rumor that Earth is about to become an ally to the Tavaxians.
Yeah, that was a unique situation.
Yeah, it sounds like we should probably get some catching up going on or something here pretty quick. Like, what's with the facility and what's with the alliance with the Tavaxians?
The
Okay,
facility
so-
oh, go ahead.
I don't know, where do we start?
He's like, I'm
want-
good. Whatever's most comfortable with you guys.
Do you want some nacho paste?
I'm sorry, what?
She holds up one.
Just a container of paste. He's like, that's paste. It's like, it
It's-
looks consistently like toothpaste.
It tastes
You
like
want me to
nachos.
brush my teeth with nachos?
No, just eat it.
It tastes better than it looks. It's space food.
Okay, whenever you get the chance, you might want to add that to the story for, getting me caught back up.
This is not what you guys eat.
No.
It's good.
I'm sure some
I think
spacers.
we got roast beef too.
Where did I write down the names for this? Oh, maybe I typed this up.
Well, we can go ahead and explain it in pieces. First, explaining where you are right now. First, welcome to the Proxima Centauri base. It's a science and fortress station. It's actually been
Okay.
here for quite some time, possibly centuries, if not millennia, and it was developed by the Dexamites themselves in an attempt to actually monitor Earth and the Terrans on it.
Whoa. That's a huge find. The last time something like that happened, the Citramites stumbled onto some, of course, way before my time, but the Citramites stumbled onto a ghost fleet.
A ghost fleet?
Yeah.
What's
a,
a
bu-
ghost fleet?
a bunch of vessels that were left abandoned.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I take it they were of Dexamite design.
Yeah. It's according to the history vids of the known universe, that's pretty much what kicked off the whole Civil War.
That's also something that we learned of as well. The space had a bevy of knowledge that actually answered several of our questions, including why Electrum suddenly left as he did.
Oh, so okay, but do tell, like, where did he go?
The exact place he went is currently unknown, but the reason for his sudden disappearance is because he learned not only of the Dexamites themselves, but what they were trying to fight against that eventually led to their downfall. Something called the unending death. Whenever it actually infects an individual, it will kill them and then zombify them into a stage the Dexamites refer to as the corrupt.
And
They
so
spent-
he looks right at Lightbringer and he says, "We just discussed that, didn't we?"
Yep. Apparently it's connected.
Wow. So this goes way back. Well, good luck trying to get any records from home base. I mean, a lot of that stuff's going to be sanitized at this point. They acknowledge that the Dexamites were around, but there's still a lot of like prehistory, I guess, if you will, for whatever reason.
Understandable. It seems that the Dexamites typically used other sentient sapient races as subservient races for their specific talents, just throughout their own empire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It seems that eventually they unfortunately were not able to develop any true defense or inoculation to this plague, and they began fighting the corrupt as they arrived on different worlds via space rocks, not actual ships, but meteors and asteroids that were loaded with the virus and then would crash planetside. It would then spread from there.
So he looks at Lightbringer again.
Sorry, I was taking notes.
I'll be right back. I got
What
someone
did he
knocking
say?
the door.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's
now?
fine. He brought up the whole meteorite thing, and so, Collapsing Star looked at her and
Right.
he's like, "So why does this sound eerily the same?"
Again, it's connected. And since we're on that topic,
Wow.
might as well continue into the whole Tabaxian thing. So when we spoke earlier, I was trying to figure out the plague thing.
Right, right.
Had a thought to kind of jump the gun and contact the Tabaxians to see if they knew anything about it. The Tabaxians that were in orbit around Earth illegally.
Mm.
Um,
I'm already
And
sensing where this
so-
went.
right.
You found out about their hero worship.
Yes. And I'm gonna say subvocally, did we talk to him about our DNA? I can't remember who knows and who doesn't at this point.
He should be aware of where we're from. We did talk about Electrum directly with him. Plus, he is clearly on our side.
Okay, so she'll continue. So they scanned my DNA and made the connection that I am a child of Electrum, as are all of us.
That
And
explains so much.
took me to their planet, spoke with their emperor, and he decided that if we can work with them on getting the Ubari off of Earth and prevent their building a super weapon against the Tabaxians, then they will ally with us against Tyrex.
Wow. So is the rumor I'm hearing true that he gave you some of his hair?
The whole crew gave me their hair.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure what the gravity of that. It was clearly significant, but I don't really have a context for it.
Well, yeah, we don't really have that on Earth, but the best thing I can think of to compare it to is it's like the samurai giving their fealty to their lord. Basically, they told you in an action that they're all in.
Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that they're expecting a similar level of loyalty.
Yes,
Okay.
which would explain, I mean, I was wondering why the hostilities temporarily ceased between the Ubari and Tavaxians. I was overjoyed, to be honest with you. I'm getting kind of tired patrolling that area, trying to put a stop to everything. And of course, looking into to other issues, but this explains so much. So do you know just what the heck is going on with your government or governments and the Tavaxians?
Not at present. They were in talks when we got this signal and came out here, but that was just yesterday.
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to have to report that in. They are not going to be, command is not going to be happy about that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we have bigger things to worry about than that.
Right. Okay. So found super secret hideout, allied with Tavaxians. Anything else?
So ultimately, we were about to complete our exploration of the base and then head back to Earth in order to see if we can continue with our missions. We are, as Lightbringer mentioned, going to need to help with the Ubari issue so that we can prepare for Tyrax. We also need to locate information in a country known as Senia. And while doing all of this, we need to be aware and prepared for trying to actually find an inoculation, some sort of vaccine that would work against the unending death.
There's a lot of data from the Dexamites testing on the disease, so we're gonna take that home and see what we can do with it.
Are you going to tell them about the space?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to tell them obviously what I know now about the ties to the Tavaxian Empire, because that's going to cause a ripple effect that I'm going to have to probably deal with and try to de-escalate. But no,
Is
I'm
that
not going
going
to
to
tell.
cause-
I'm not going to tell them anything about this. As far as they know, this is all a part of Saul's system, and it's all hands off, anyways.
Are you gonna get in trouble for communicating with us, presumably in the Soul system?
No, that's a part of my mandate that I
Okay.
have to. I'm
Police
pretty much the
it.
only one that kind of zips through and keeps things
Okay.
clear as best as possible. They
So they're
figure
going.
I'm Terran. It's probably some sort of legal loophole that they can get through. It's fine.
So they're going to be upset about the alliance.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know you very well, but like when you say you're gonna report to somebody, who are you reporting to actually?
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I should probably give a little summary on myself then, since got a couple of new people here. I'm a part of like a galactic police force that reports back to the Galactic Union High Command. I'm in an enforcement arm that tries to keep the peace or scrub issues that cross over boundaries between other government intergalactic borders.
Okay. And is this organization like how big is it? Like,
It's interstellar. I don't know how to define. You know what? You communicated with me. Is there a command deck here or something?
There is. Follow us.
Okay.
Go ahead and walk back to the command deck.
Okay. So you guys go. He's just kind of like looking around. He's like, wow. It's like, was it as clean as this when you found it?
More or less. It's
that
actually been here
unusual?
this entire time.
Well, this is the first base I've heard that's been like, found or whatnot. Usually it's like terrestrial. They find some sort of old outpost or building or something, and then it quickly falls into no news is good news area, and government takes over, whatever findings, and then nobody hears from it again. Hey, Derek, we got a lot of background noise coming from your side.
It's
I don't know
easy.
why.
Air.
I'm hearing it too. Are you sure it's coming from me?
Yep.
Yeah, you were lit up green. It sounds like air leaking.
Yeah, like I said, I'm hearing it
It's
too. I
not
don't.
there now. It's gone.
yeah. Once you adjusted your microphone, it seemed like it went away.
Didn't
Yeah.
have it on
Yeah.
your ears. You're losing air out of your head.
Oh, yeah, it was. Like I'm hearing
No.
something like
Can't call you airhead no more.
You may have two microphones operating at the same time, so you may want to double check that just in case. Because I know you have another webcam, and most webcams come with a microphone. So just double check it. You can go into your settings and disable the other microphones if you want.
did
That's
that stop
all.
it?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't hear it now.
Like all I did was open up my settings and then
think
close
it's-
my settings.
I think it was actually coming from George's spot. That thing we were hearing just a moment ago.
Yeah,
Well, no, I was actually
it's-
looking
that was
directly.
George that I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I was actually looking directly at Derek when it was going on initially, and I
Oh.
was seeing his meter go up and down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So, any rate,
At least it
We'll
wasn't
figure it out
Emerald
later.
Titan.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, back in game.
The Galactic Union, how big is it?
Well, it would be better if I showed you. I can't really explain it outside of saying, it's interstellar. And so he looks at the console and he goes, oh, right, not English or Galactic Basic. I'm assuming somebody here can read this.
I can. Universe, is there some way to actually translate the controls into English?
Affirmative.
Please do so.
Updating system panel. And it flickers a bit as the touch screens kind of update, and then it's a little bit bigger because it's not designed to have English, so the fonts obviously don't align
It's a
as well.
much less efficient language.
Yes. And he's like, okay, all right. So he starts doing some typing and whatnot, and
Are there still only 8 races that are part of the Galactic Union?
1 second. I've got a couple things I'm doing at one moment.
Jerome's like parsing.
That is exactly what Jerome is doing.
Jerome, Jerome, can you also like flip an omelet while you're doing that too? Like,
No, but I
Order
can
me a
deduct
pizza.
karma.
Oh no!
Jerome's like our TTRPG like Siri. Hey Jerome, can you tell me what I know about the werewolf clans?
Oh, I cannot tell. Now, I'm about ready to rant because that's almost the same thing as eidetic memory. I cannot tell you how much I hated that when somebody would take that merit at LARP and keep asking me what
Oh.
they're supposed to know. Oh,
Oh, yes.
oh, that bugged me. I'm like, dude, bring like a tape recorder or like carry a notepad or something. Like, make your own notes. Stop coming to me to remember. So I'm forced to remember what it is that you're supposed to remember. I've got a whole game to run. All right, so here you go.
All of a sudden, Jerome's going, error, error, error.
I just posted in the Discord Supers chat.
Oh,
Oh, I should pull Discord up.
Oh, I can see my house from here.
The
There it is. Earth.
final frontier.
oh, so are all of these nations, I guess, part of the Union?
No.
It's probably just like known galaxies.
Yeah, so these are all the known galaxies. And so then he proceeds to... yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a map online. Although, let me repost this here real quick.
Yeah, you should
If
put
I
this
do-
on the.
If I
Yeah.
do, that's where you're going to find it, Emerald Titan. So I'll let you know
Yeah.
when I get that updated. But go ahead and bookmark that. That's got a bunch of additional information for the game.
Try that one, Emerald Titan. See if that one takes you to it.
Oh, wait, did I already have that posted online?
Yeah.
Yeehaw! There we go.
Also, FYI, we don't have a public Discord. It's just for us to manage for internal game stuff.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so at any rate,
unfortunately,
he starts pointing at the systems on the map. He says the Duridian Khanate and the Tavaxian Empire are not a part of the Galactic Union. He says, nor is the corporate center or corporate sector or the Free Systems Alliance. He says, if you look towards the top, you will see the Ixis Collective. That is the only bit of information we have about them. We don't know if they've occupied anything since. They're very xenophobic and stay to themselves. They're also not a part of the Galactic Union. Everything else falls under that banner.
Oh, the Alinar are part of the Union then. That's cool.
Do you
Those
know
are
about the
your
Alinar?
friends.
Yeah.
You can also see my home.
Yeah, there's Salant Space right there.
He says
Consultant spaces.
that of course is still in flux. The Gaxian Confederacy, of course, Zenri is no longer really around, and the Gaxian Confederacy has assumed control over Zuobos, so there is no Salant space anymore.
Oh.
Are you aware if there is still any refugees of my race?
I would imagine there are. Yeah, I mean, those that are there, if they're not kind of wandering space, they're probably on Zuobos.
Maybe we should go to Zubos when we have a chance.
It would take some time, unfortunately. But
It not only is it going to take a good bit of time, you're Terrans.
Are we not allowed to leave our sector of
Oh,
space?
that's right.
I can. As you are not a part, again, this is part of why this is such a big deal. As you're not a part of the Galactic Union, you don't have any laws that protect you. And you could be enslaved.
So we gotta stay in our own backyard.
Essentially,
and
yes.
it would not behoove Shone and I to even pose as your owners, if you would. We would be the only two. Well, Hyperion would be able to, I would assume, but
Why
he may
would
even
Hyperion be able to?
he is not Terran.
And so he looks and he takes a moment and he pokes Hyperion and he says, "He looks pretty Terran to me.
Yeah, he's super Terran.
He
That's why
smells
he's so
Terran."
cool. He can drink too now.
And he
We can
says,
always drink. He can taste it.
Yeah.
and so he looks at him. He's like, "Congrats."
He just learned it.
Then evidently it would only be Shone and I.
Well,
Would be
Shone
safe
is
to
from
try.
Shone's from a different dimension, right? So
He says, "Okay, we never really got into the whole origin story thing here. Why exactly would Shone be? Oh, she's Terran." He looks right at her, just points.
oh, she can drink too.
We
And so he's like,
talked about.
You can't
I
prove
think
that.
I mentioned to you. She's actually.
I'm not an Earthling.
"Well, you're definitely not."
Heliopolis.
I was going to say, you're definitely
she's
not Martian
Heliopolis.
because they're the only ones that would try to call us Earthlings. They're not around anymore.
And
No, I'm a
okay.
in case you did not,
Heliopolin.
You're in the same boat then.
It didn't
Right,
escape from.
because the Heliopolins are the refugees there in that
Exactly,
limbo
right.
legal state.
Oh,
Shoot.
wait. Does that mean that I could travel since I'm half Alinar?
You
Maybe
look
I went to
nothing. You
Alinar
look
space?
nothing like an Alinar, so I don't think anybody would even care. They're probably just going to put you in the Terran mush pie and
Yeah.
call it a day.
then I guess
And
it would only be
Ixion,
me.
or Ixion here, or Xenofreeze, whichever name you actually gave to him. He says, I mean, he could probably get around as as a Salanth, but he would ultimately be answerable to the Gaxian Confederacy, and that's probably not the route you'd want to go in, although legally speaking, I guess you could probably pull that off.
Is that really such a big, like, is slavery, like, really, like, the first thing that, is that such a big deal in space outside of our sector?
Yes and no. Look at it along the lines of, if you belong to one of the, I mean, I'm probably not the best person to explain this because it's not like I really experienced it, but from what I understand, when everything kind of fell apart way back in the day and everybody was coming up with, like, I guess their own nation or whatnot, the galactic community kind of identified, like, okay, these are our people or whatnot. And so since you had an identity as a nation, it meant you had some sort of legal protection. And that kind of carried over into the Galactic Union. So if you're a part of another one of these interstellar communities, then you've got some sort of legal protections. When it comes to everything else, it's not quite racism, but it is a very air of superiority complex.
I mean, especially if it's decided based on how Terran you look.
It's not how Terran you look. It's if you're represented in the Union.
No, and I get that, but, like, if Shone, who is not fully Terran, is going to be lumped in with us because she looks like a Terran, like, it seems like it's a lot of it's just based on sight, but
it is. Bioscans do play a factor.
We all look like, yeah. We don't,
so I mean, that might
people look different.
That might cause some sort of heads to spin. You guys are basically in a legal loophole, which I don't know if I would want to try and get intergalactic lawyers and try to suss that out. Again, another problem with the whole, our people are now talking to the Tavaxians, which the Tavaxians outside of the Duridians are probably the most powerful independent group. So as you can tell just by that little bit of information, it's, a legal headache. If only that.
The Taxians are here illegally, as well as the Yobari?
According to interstellar law, yes, because they are attempting to honor Electrum's decree.
And how are they going to feel about Lightbringer going to the Taxian Empire?
I have no clue. I'm not a lawyer. I can't answer that. It looks like it's going to encompass more of the, are our people ready to stand amongst the others in the stars?
We would need to prepare ourselves, and it now seems that an actual alliance with the Tavaxians may be necessary to actually provide that form of legal protection. There is effectively strength in numbers here.
That's probably the best way of looking at it. And personified the Duridians, have personified that particular mentality, which is why they're labeled as a Khanate. Like when they're typically all by themselves and they're okay to do that. But whenever somebody holds the Black Throne and unifies them all, they are totally willing to throw their weight around and start reconquering parts of the galaxy.
And the biggest problem that we have in playing this game is that Earth in general has no space travel. We can't function outside of our planet. So
right. And without Electrum, we effectively look weak and primitive.
Didn't we speak earlier about the high concentration of superpowered beings on Earth compared with the rest of the galaxy? Does that count for nothing?
I'm trying to think, because you guys know I haven't been on Earth in a while.
Probably
Okay.
doesn't mean
Okay,
uh,
here let me put it this way. We still got the Aborigines, right?
We do.
Like they're still indigenous. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Imagine
Yeah.
for a second the Aborigines took over planet Earth, right? As they are right now, and they had access to nukes.
It would be extremely dangerous as they wouldn't understand the technology.
Bingo.
Okay.
And anybody looking at them is just going to see spears and whatever that stick is that makes noise, and like loincloths, and people just like to hang out in the desert, and it's going to look all wrong based upon perception.
So we have powerful individuals, but because we don't have any context or understanding of the galaxy at large, it just makes us dangerous.
Right. Which, I mean, I guess could play. I mean, this is for more political minds to discuss, but I mean, I guess maybe that could play in our favor. You know, force our way to the table, you know, force a seat, you know, or whatever have you. But I mean, just in my limited interactions, and I know I've told you guys some of this, it's hard to get some of these guys to talk and act as one, despite the fact that they are in a big union, you know. I mean, they are trying to let the Yubari and Tavaxians figure it out. All the while, they're having to deal with the Duridian Khanate nipping at everybody's heels because Tyrax is back and he is putting the screws to a lot of different people.
Ooh, where is Tyrex on this map?
The Duridian Khanate.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is he allied with them,
Allied with who?
the Duridians?
He rules the Duridians. He's currently sitting on the Black Throne.
Oh,
He himself is a
Right.
Duridian, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Forgot about that.
So is that where we think Electrum went? Was to go and deal with this guy?
I don't
Unlikely.
think so.
I don't think so.
I think he went to the maybe outer rim.
Wasn't he heading towards Pluto?
Pluto was a vector from which apparently one particular space rock with the plague had been sent from. But we don't have any further information on that. We don't actually have a true vector on where Electrum himself went.
Did we mention that the last person to step into this base was Electrum?
Not to me, anyways.
Yeah.
And
that
shown,
was- how many
when
years
looking
ago?
at this
4 years?
map,
4 years.
when looking at this map, we still stand within the Soul Sector, that small little tiny group.
Oh, we're in
That is-
danger.
We are highly outnumbered by area and by population. In the Soul Sector
see
here,
that.
one of the small dots or small stars next to what is labeled as Earth could be construed as Pluto, but the large star, which represents Earth in this case, we are probably one of the other larger stars here at Proxima Centauri. We are still within the Soul Sector, but we are, as we evidently know, quite a ways away.
So we're like sandwiched between the Union, the Tavaxians, and the Duridians.
Yep.
Oh boy.
He says the good news is the Duridians don't have, at least last I checked, they don't have direct access here. The last time the war happened, they actually came through the Tavaxian Empire.
Oh.
Then they would be the first to suffer the brunt of their attack if they should press.
Probably. Which goes back to the whole beef that the Tavaxians have with the Yubari.
All the more reason for us to return to Earth and make sure that we can assist the Tavaxians with the Ubari.
So, do you guys got any advice for me on how I should I should address this with high command? Because they're going to ask.
We are aware of information that Tyrax does plan on attacking Earth, and because Electrum's descendants have communicated with the Devaxian Empire, they are willing to ally with us very soon. So it would seem that we would at least temporarily be a part of that empire or a separate adjunct piece of it until Earth gains its own power.
So basically, I have to tell them that Earth has chosen the bully of the galaxy to side with through all of this, and I need to relay to them. It's okay. We're still figuring things out.
Can't
Okay,
the
well,
can't the Galactic Union send a representative to talk to her?
I mean, they could, and they probably should. I mean, talking amongst ourselves, that seems like the most sensible thing, right?
Mhm.
Right.
If they do, I don't know.
So wait, so the Tavaxians have a reputation of being bullies?
Yeah, look at all the stars they own.
To the Galactic Union, yes. They basically thumbed their nose. They don't have noses. They basically gave the middle finger to the Galactic Union back when the Galactic Union was first forming. And from my understanding, I guess there may have been some dialogue when the Duridians first rose up, when Tyrax first took the throne. And the Galactic Union either, I don't know what exactly happened. Either they were too slow or they didn't answer, but whatever happened, Devaxians were left to go it alone and got pinched between Yubari and Duridians and were almost completely wiped out and conquered.
If we have this authority with the Tavaxians, maybe the Union should tell us why we should suggest to the Tavaxians that they reconsider their independence.
They're not gonna take a minute at this point, but unless an act of God happened, but I can't see either side agreeing to that. But I don't think you're far off. Maybe we can stage something that brings you to the attention of the Galactic Union.
Do you have anything you could suggest?
Not immediately, but maybe I can. See, the idea here, I think, is not insulting the other parties. I mean, I'm not political, so correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe we could do something without me being involved, because I don't want to compromise my position any more than I want to compromise, my home world. But maybe we can put ourselves in a position where, I don't know, the corporate sector or the Free Systems Alliance, that would probably be neutral enough that if we got the right eyes on whatever was happening, might draw their attention, especially if you play up the fact of, who your father is.
What was our father's relationship with the corporate sector or the union?
They
Was
don't
he
really
sided with
they don't
either
really
one?
have a relation per se. Those are all independent. Those are independent systems that kind of work in tandem a little bit with the union. The Free Systems Alliance are just a bunch. Brief history lesson. The corporate sector used to be the whole thing, and it was just an area where a lot of corporations started springing up. Interstellar corporations, mining. You get what I'm getting at. It's
A variety of races.
but it was a merchant district. as well as a big research facility sort of thing. Like, some things happened. They had a splinter effect. The Free System Alliance was formed because they didn't want the taxes or draconian rule, or I don't know what it all came down to. But basically, the Free Systems is kind of like the Wild West. So anybody trying to stay out from under the Galactic Union but not be a part of any other nation or whatnot, they tend to wind up out there. Corporate sector, a lot of rules, lot of innovation and whatnot. But again, outside of directly the Galactic Union, which some nations raise concern because it's like in some cases, it's like when you, well, I don't know. I don't know if because I haven't been on planet for a while, but like if the United States sent jobs overseas, those jobs are going to be subjected probably to like the laws of like that nation and their pricing and whatnot. And they could bring them back over and charge whatever. Like there's obviously laws that they can skirt by sending them over to the corporate sector rather than doing it in their own territory. So it can be kind of dirty. It can be kind of innovative. I'm probably not the best to talk to about this, but that's kind of my take on it.
But what kind of display are you thinking would put us in a good light?
Right now I don't know, but probably the equivalent to punching somebody in the throat.
So something of force
that everybody dislikes.
So if
What
there
about-
was an intergalactic villain who had been plaguing the Union, and we were to find them and defeat them and bring them to justice.
Yeah, that would probably,
like
Tyrex.
Tyrex?
Yeah, I
What
would
about
say
the
if you're able to
Yubari?
do that to Tyrex, you definitely get an audience. I don't see that
What about-
happening.
What about the Yubari?
What about him?
We're trying to get them off our planet, are we not?
Are the Ubari considered a threat to the Galactic Union?
No, they're a part of the Galactic
Even
Union.
I see.
even though they're creating a weapon?
He shrugs.
They're creating a weapon against the bullies of the that are anti-union, I guess.
Who was beeping?
Dinner's ready.
Oh,
You're-
sorry, my kid made
Okay.
popcorn.
It was just low enough that I wasn't certain it was in my place or not. So, okay.
Your
Anyways,
popcorn,
so
your
he's like, you've got to understand they're the Ubari, whatever they're doing, they are considering it personal beef, and they're not interfering. So they
What
could
about go
be, making a nuke for all we care, and unless they're about to turn it on the Galactic Union, I can't see them budging much. But if we manage to find some of the Duridian ships,
But how is it that the Duridians are they also not part of the Union?
no,
Not anymore.
they never
They
were.
used to.
what about the
Out of character, you had told me because I put stars next to all of them that were.
Okay.
Yeah. But so they're not.
No.
I just want to make sure my notes are accurate. Okay, so no. Okay.
So what about the plague? Did you say that that's been kind of a classified?
I mean, it's a thing, but it's more of a boogeyman story. And I think
So
that
Something that they
were-
consider a threat.
yeah, not in the immediacy. I think if we did anything, it would have to be like putting the screws to the Duridians, someplace in one of their systems.
Well, we know sort of what to expect with Tyrax. What are the rest of the Duridians like?
Oh, well, the Duridians, they look very much like us, proportion wise, but they're made of stone. So
Think of your
it's not entirely uncommon for some of them to have like earth-based powers.
think of your character from the comic books, The Thing. Very similar. But they are typically, unless they have changed of recent years, they are typically peace loving and they disdain war. However, there are exceptions to every rule, and Tyrex is definitely an exception to that rule.
It would seem.
Well, it doesn't sound promising having a whole race of stone people against people like Earth.
Yeah.
It would
That's-
seem that they would almost, and it's unknown, but perhaps there may be an intimidation factor that Tyrex has put himself in such a position or gained so much power or support by others that they are just cowed to him.
He did take over the Obsidian throne, and apparently, according to their culture, whoever does so is the leader and must be followed. He has done that, and therefore they're following him.
Whether it is grudging or not.
Right.
Well, beyond trying to accomplish something then such as heading directly into the Duridian Khanate to stir up trouble, or heading directly to the corporate sector or Free Systems Alliance, would there be anything that could be done in the Soul sector that would put us in a better light, do you think?
Oof. I don't know. Most people, most of them aren't looking here for obvious reasons. It's a hands-off policy, and if I'm the one that produced it, well, I'm just the one trying to throw my home planet a bone. I'm really the only one that kind of comes through here for them.
I see. Well, we would be spreading ourselves awfully thin if we needed to travel to another system in order to accomplish something on a galactically political arena. We do need to actually protect our world since it is in the most danger. It's in a precarious position as it is.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Let me see if there's something like I can find a target that might be viable. And let me see if I can figure this out and get back with you guys.
Excellent.
I know obviously you've got other priorities and other things to do, but I mean, so do I. But if nothing else, I can, patrol the space lanes and see if there's maybe some destroyers or something we can tackle.
Can I ask another tangential question?
Sure.
What planets have a similar atmospheric makeup to Earth?
Oh, most of them.
So we could theoretically breathe
Yes.
on other planets.
Yeah. There are some that
Okay.
you can't. Like many of the Citramite colonies don't have atmosphere that we would be conducive to because they're crystalline people. They don't really need it.
Like Zenri.
No, Zenri had oxygen levels comparable. That's why it was it sprung up as a trade location.
The only thing
Well,
was
that's
with
good to
Zenri
know.
was that
Always,
it was
ocean,
predominantly ocean, yes. There were minimal land
Right.
masses to
And
congregate to.
the water wasn't exactly conducive to our life.
Okay. How about what about food?
That gets a little tricky, but that's what space stations are for.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better about all this.
They do have they do have, and they taste god awful, but they work. They do have food ration. They have food rations for the ogres.
Ogres?
Yeah,
Ogres.
they look, which is probably one of the reasons why we don't have such a good.
They have layers.
It's probably why we don't have the other systems don't have a good opinion of what we are, or who we are. But they look basically like humans, but from fantasy, like ogres, and they're typically used for cheap labor.
Oh.
It sounds like that was from some of the Dexamite tampering that happened in the past on our planet.
Oh. That would make sense.
It could have been. I mean, yeah, they're dumb as stumps, though.
We did learn here on the base that several legends and myths that human beings came up with actually derived from Dexamite tampering with human beings and their genetics.
Fun. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we would appreciate, yes, if you could help us in any way, Collapsing Star, if you're able to find one of those ghost ships or something that we could claim for them, or if there's any other idea that you have that would give us an edge once we're ready to join the interstellar arena, as it were.
Yeah. Let me see what I can come up with, and I'll let you guys know. I'm sorry I didn't come prepared for this, and I think I've got some people that need to be turned into authorities waiting on me to come back.
Hey, Collapsing Star, could you find my mom? She's in Alinar, and she...
Huh?
Yeah. My mom was Alinar, or is Alinar. I don't know if she's still alive or not. And
He takes a moment to like feel your ears.
Yeah, no. That's all Dexamite. Yeah, apparently Electrum and an Alinar woman got together and made me. So, if you could find my mom, I'd appreciate it.
I don't even necessarily know where to begin.
Do you know her name?
No.
It's unlikely you'd be able to find her.
Yeah. But the Alinar are part of the Union.
They are. Just how much do you know about them?
Not a lot, just whatever was on Ixion's ship.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of cyber tribal.
Yeah, that's putting it in probably as basic terms as possible.
Yeah. They have chieftains instead of, it's not like, sounds very decentralized.
It is. And they also look very dimly upon those who are not pure Alinar.
Unfortunate.
That's probably
Yeah,
why.
I know that feeling.
I wonder if
That's
that's
here.
why Mom gave me away. I didn't have any features.
if I mean I don't again I don't know how I got looped into this, but
I'm
I would
sorry,
assume
you're the only police officer that I know that
I would
works with the
assume so.
Alinar.
I mean I would absolutely assume so. That would
Mommy
that
said
would
I could find a police officer and ask
Yeah.
him to find me.
I think that's probably the most loving thing that probably happened to you.
Oh.
Because are you? How much do you really want to know?
Tell me everything you can.
Okay, well, I've had a couple run-ins with them. They are excellent trackers, hunters. You're right about the whole tribal thing. They aren't xenophobic, but they are very racial purists. It is one of the highest crimes in their tribal
Society.
law that they mate with somebody outside of their race. Most of the other races aren't compatible. I mean, can you imagine an Alinar and a big crystal thing? Yeah, I just
Right.
not happening. But there have been some rare instances where that has happened with another race, and that child is allowed to get to maturity, and then they're hunted.
Oh.
If they
Maybe you
survive,
should let them know that you exist.
if they, I don't know if any of it actually survive, but if they survive, then they're allowed to, they're basically allowed to leave Alinar space and never return.
Wow.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear about that, Red Arsenal. It isn't fair.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish I had better news for you, buddy.
better.
It's I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I mean,
If you really want me to take a look, I can. I just need a little bit of your DNA.
yeah, that works. Like hold out his finger.
So he's like, do you have like a medical bay here? I don't carry this sort of thing
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
I have a sample I can give you.
Great.
Oh, good.
Of his DNA?
Yes, I have been doing voluntary research on our various DNA with the Dexamite bloodline that we get from our father.
Oh, okay.
Seeing what we are resilient and or susceptible to.
I just thought that was kind of weird that you would carry around somebody's other DNA like it was
I am
something
a
you just
biologist, so it is
pull out
less
your wallet.
unusual than what you would think.
Do you have my DNA?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
everybody else had, but you had not.
You weren't born yet.
Plus, his lab is on this ship, so that's why
Yeah. So
he
I
has
would
it
just
with
go
him.
onto my lab and I would get him a small sample.
Okay.
Or a printout or something along those lines of such.
Okay. He says, I'll see what I can come up with while I'm working on everything else.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. Anything, any information would be good.
Along those same lines, if you would, since we will hopefully be in communication, if you hear or see of any other Salanth refugees, could you possibly let them know of my existence and let me know of theirs?
Okay, so you want me to just go to random Salanth and tell them about you and pass the information on, and with the caveat, hey, he's over here someplace that none of you are allowed to be. That is like,
Let me know of them, if you would.
sure. I mean, if I find anything out of the ordinary, yeah, I will definitely let you know. I don't want to go around introducing people looking for drugs or sneaking across a border or something like that. It would look really wrong for me to be doing that.
Absolutely.
I do have one question. I'm not going to ask you to track anything down, but
Oh, good, thanks, because my plate's getting kind of full.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry about that, but
no. The thing I wanted to ask was, do you recognize this suit that I'm wearing? And I'll kind of put the whole thing on. Does this look like any group in particular?
Not that I'm aware of. Was it like a uniform or something?
It's something I was given, and I'm not exactly sure where I got it from. And so I was just curious if you knew if this was that's a such and such armor from the such and such system. But that's cool. But yeah, thanks.
Yep. No, not a problem. Sorry, I couldn't be of more help.
No, that's hey, you've opened my world up a lot. I thought my world was just 9 planets. Sometimes it's 8. Wait, is Pluto still a planet in this game?
Yes.
Okay. I was like Pluto.
We're on 95. It never reached that point.
Yeah.
As of yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that happened in the 2000s, 2010s or something.
Out of character knowledge, and we won't let it fall.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be the villain of our next arc. Funny thing about Pulsar, no.
He's gonna teach us something. Stop him.
Do you need anything? Would you like anything from Earth, like Earth VCR tapes or anything? I know you like shows.
I mean, yeah, but I don't really have anything to watch them on.
Shoot. Okay.
Out of character. Would you like a Twinkie?
I know.
Yeah. Okay. I know what to do. Twinkies. Next time I see
Little
you,
Debbie's.
Twinkies. Yeah, Twinkies and Little Debbie's.
Little Debbie's will spoil. Twinkies won't.
Would it be crazy if Little Debbie doesn't exist until we bring home this paste? And then we create the Little Debbie factory?
Yeah, that's where it actually comes from.
Because wasn't Twinkies space food or no?
Mhm.
I don't think
Yeah,
it was
made-
it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
meant to be astronaut food.
I just watched a thingy on that. Yeah, it was astronaut food.
Sponge cake.
Mm-hmm.
That and the orange thing. What is it?
Tang.
Tang, yeah.
Tang was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tang. I like Tang.
Isn't he sitting on the obsidian throne?
Tang?
Tang.
Yeah.
Yes, Tyrex.
Oh.
Yeah, big difference from
Tang the
Tang.
Tyrant.
Yeah, did you mean Kang?
But where does Tyrone come in?
Yeah, Tyrone.
He's in one of those alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
He's his liege lord.
You know how they put Angeline and Brad together.
There you go.
Failure.
Jerome and Tyrax.
Yeah, giving you all failure for the night. Failure.
And for that, we are taking away Derek's birthday.
We're canceling the spin-off issues.
Well, unless we have any other questions for our interstellar friend, we don't want to keep you from your job. You do seem to have some criminals to report in.
Yeah, hopefully they haven't tried to run for it. It's not like they can go very far.
Well, do any of us have any further questions for Collapsing Star?
No, I don't.
Just stay safe and look forward to meeting you again.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah. Keep it real, guys, and I guess I'll see you again next time.
Next time.
Definitely.
Yeah, good luck with that report.
Yeah, thanks. That's going to be a doozy. I'm going to take some time to,
Can you
calibrate that.
videotape their reactions? 'Cause
No, they've got
I'd love to
laws
see that.
against, that sort of recording.
Dang it.
Oh, that's so. This is a better feature. Reaction videos are banned.
He says, "All right, well, I'm gonna head out. Safe travels to all of you, and hopefully, I can be in touch again with a better plan soon."
Excellent. Take care, Collapsing Star.
So he walks out to the docking bay, out the airlock, and out into space. And within
I
a
should have
moment,
asked him how he gets his hair so bouncy.
within a moment, you see that from the command deck, you guys can see that the puts an energy bubble around the ship again, and he's taking it back up out of orbit. And then in an instant, you see there's a bit of a flash, bit of a stream of him, and whoop, he's gone.
I wonder if my grandfather can breathe in space.
Did you guys know that the Tavaxians were considered bullies?
Kinda.
We knew that they were against the Galactic Union, since the Union apparently didn't do that much to actually oppose Tyrex when he first tried to come to Earth to conquer it or destroy it. But the Tavaxians did come to our aid due to Electrum's interference.
Okay, so there was some precedence for for this allyship, okay. So I was kind of like, wait, why did we sign up to be friends with these guys if they kind of have this bad reputation? But if it kind of is long standing, I guess it kind of makes sense. But
And that's kind of the whole thing between them and the Ubari also, is that apparently the Ubari were pressured into siding with Tyrax and against the Tabaxians the first time, and the Tabaxians got trounced, and so that's why they have a grudge against the Ubari.
yeah, no, I get that. It's just more I don't know. I feel kind of now that I know more about the situation, now I feel kind of fenced in.
Yeah,
And
if we were picking teams, in a vacuum, so to speak, maybe would not have chosen the Tabaxians, but under the circumstances, I think it's the best thing that we got.
I wonder if was it your idea or was it Future U's idea to contact the Tavaxians?
It was not mine.
I wonder how the relationship with the Tavaxians in that timeline is compared to ours.
It would be interesting to know.
Well, be that as it may, we need to finish what we're doing here and then head back to Earth. Is there any other equipment we'd like to take? Any data pads or what have you?
I have what I need.
Excellent. We've gathered the nutrient paste. It seems that we're ready.
I left a little bit. Begrudgingly.
Was I able to eat the nutrient paste?
No.
So I was surviving off of what I had, supplies I had on my ship. Then.
Yes.
Even though which is good because I don't need to eat a whole lot. I can derive a little bit. We had established off of just walking on whatever.
What do you?
What are
eat?
you doing right now? I'm eating. You're just standing there. I know.
If you don't eat this, what do you eat?
I formally, if I'm not in an aquatic environment where I'm fully surrounded by things, I guess the way to best kind of compare it would be I'm almost a filter feeder, right? Where I absorb my nutrients through my skin or through my body, if you will, since I'm like a
Amoeba.
gigantic amoeba. So I just absorb everything that I need or desire, kind of thing. So when I'm walking through Earth, I'm absorbing certain things like, oh, hey, here's a tasty spot, and I'll absorb a little bit of that and just kind of go on. But there is a paste or type of food that is a lot more efficient than just me grazing through life, but I'm basically continually eating as long as I'm in contact with something that has some sort of chemical and mineral diversity to it. is
So
what we
are,
kind
so
of-
are you currently starving right now, Ixion? Like we're in a place filled with
No.
like canned air essentially.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would if I didn't have like, and I don't need to eat all the time. Like even if I didn't have anything, like say theoretically I was in a vacuum and like suspended in midair and there was nothing touching me, right? I could survive. Essentially, I would be surviving on myself. I'd be like feeding on myself. So I'd eventually probably, I would assume that I'd start to shrink in mass, but it wouldn't be super noticeable unless it was a long time, you know.
Okay.
But-
Well, we'll have to atomize some like Cheetos around you so that way you can continue to live.
But like I said, there is a highly efficient, highly concentrated paste that I have a little bit of it, and I basically eat it, and it can sustain me for quite some time.
Gushers.
I don't need to formally eat like a normal, Terran would.
And with that, everybody gets back onto the ship
We don't have Taco Bells on.
and flies back out. And within a couple of hours, you are back planetside.
About
Excellent.
tree fitty.
We should establish contact with Maelstrom Air Force Base to see what progress they've made thus far.
Okay. Hold that thought real quick. I'll be right back. Uno momento.
I'll be right back.
I'm also now kind of super worried about, like, now that I know everything, or now that I know more about the political system galactically, now I'm like, should we really have let the Tavaxians in the, like, just kind of talk with Earthlings without us there? Because, like, what if we come back and they're like, sweet, your political leaders just signed over the Sol system into Tavaxian space, and we weren't even here to witness it.
I don't think the humans would do that.
Well, I'm just like now that I know these guys are bullies, like who knows what they're capable of.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they're going up against Americans.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's bully versus bully.
Well, but
They
listen,
gave us their hair.
well, they gave you their hair. No Electrum-born person is on Earth right now.
But they know
that we
it's
know of. We
Our
still
knowledge.
might have like
our planet.
15 half siblings.
Well, yeah. Well, it's more like now like I'm
Depends on who else wants to play.
yeah. It's there's
Wait, does that mean we have a wait? What are they called? Duridian?
Dravidian.
Like a
I
rock,
mean,
a rock brother?
Doridian? We might, but
Oh man, what if Tyrax was one of
Tyrax
Electrum's children? Because
Yes.
that dude just can't keep it in his pants.
and so like we're like how we've got like a little bit of fatherly angst. He's like, I will murder the galaxy to get back at my father.
Oh yeah, he went to the dark
Perhaps.
side.
Yeah.
He
I'll
ate
be
the
right back.
cookies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They see got cookies. My dad just didn't leave me. The only thing he left me was the ability to talk to plants. Thanks, Dad. Oh, and
Out of all the cool,
yeah,
all the
everyone
cool
else.
powers.
Yeah, everyone else is light powers. They can make copies of themselves. I got to talk to plants, and my parents are
Well-
in servitude.
Your DNA is hypothetically very potent.
To what?
So keep
Just
that in mind.
Yeah, just stand in front of some Tetrions and you'll be fine.
Oh boy.
No, I was
Yeah.
thinking about like reproduction.
Yeah.
Oh, what good does that do me?
Some of this can talk to plants.
Yeah.
You're gonna spread the love.
To the plants? No, I talk to the plants. They're not nice.
Suddenly, Pulsar becomes Burgess Meredith, and he's like, "I've laid more pipe in this town than Wabasha plumbing."
Wait, I don't get the reference. What is it? Like
Grumpy old men.
I become what?
Grumpy old men.
Yeah.
Wait,
You see the show Grumpy Old Men?
I haven't.
Oh,
It's a
Yeah,
good movie.
yeah.
it's good.
It was a movie from
Yes, it
Uncle
is.
Okay.
It's one of the best.
From 1940.
Basically, it's a two old guys who used to be best friends. They no longer are, and so anytime they see each other, they're constantly cursing each other out or whatever have you. They've grown old, and they're angry with one another. And one still has a father that's alive, and he still fashions, and he's already like late 80s at this point, and he fashions himself as a ladies' man.
Right.
So he's always
Frenemies.
got these one-liners, like, you know, he'll meet a woman and he's like, "I have been to Hawaii. Which one? Come on, I want to lay you." You know, stuff like that. And that was one of the lines that he had, you know, because they were talking about this girl that they liked in the movie. They both, you know, started liking this one girl, and so then he ended up talking about to his son about how, you know, something to the effect of like, he never has a problem, you know, finding a woman, sort of thing, and that's where he was like, "I've laid more pipe in this town than Wabasha plumbing," and he does that, you know.
Okay.
It's Walter Matthau and who was the other? I can't remember the actor's name.
Okay. I get the
Jack
reference
something
now.
or other.
Jack.
Yeah. No, it wasn't
Jack Lemmon.
Nichols. Jack Lemmon, yeah. Yeah, they were good together.
Yeah.
Good frenemies.
So, anyways, you guys are
And
back in
Burgess
orbit.
Meredith.
I'm leaving it up to you guys.
Yeah. So Hyperion would be like, Hyperion to Helios, do you read?
Affirmative.
Excellent. Can you establish a communication link between us and Maelstrom Air Force Base?
We'll attempt to make the connection. I will notify you when that connection has been made.
Excellent.
Oh, or should we have contacted the senator guy that was like our kind of go-between? Would that have been kinder?
We've been dealing directly with the Tavaxians as far as actually handling the Ubari. And they themselves have actually been in contact with United States Armed Forces. So it would seem that we could communicate with them directly, since we're not stepping on anybody else's toes, so to speak.
Plus, we're the legacy. We can do that.
That's right.
But like I just wanted to, because I mean, we did have that talk with that one senator who was kind of letting us know very, you know, to be tread lightly with that kind of stuff, you know, just like going and doing things without, you know, it, especially because of our connection to New Prussia.
Granted, in this case, since the Tavaxians and the United States government and their military are interacting at least at Maelstrom Air Force Base, it's not as if we're doing something outside of the United States purview. They would be aware of what we're doing.
And I'm sure the senator knows what's going on anyways.
Yeah, it's more, I want to now, like, I'm much more aware than I was before about, like, political stuff going on, so making sure that we keep all of the lines fed.
Understandable. An excellent idea.
It's smart.
Well, I'm gonna text Grandpa and tell him that I'm back on Earth.
Hang on one second. Somebody from an unknown number keeps trying to call me.
Okay.
One moment.
Is it Grandpa?
No.
We've been trying to reach
Electra.
you about your car's extended warranty.
All right, I'm going to be right back.
I'll be left front.
1 second. I'll be right back.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Um,
Blah 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 blah.
Street Fighter's coming up next week. Don't miss it.
Oh wow.
Do a Hadouken, and come see us.
Big tournament.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, we're fighting a guy that knows Psycho Power. That's crazy.
Boy.
I'm ready to do Savannah again. That was fun.
That was fun.
I like
yeah.
my character.
Yeah, next time I'm starting at the cafe. I'm just gonna be like, nope, I'm at the cafe.
And most of us play Australians, but I'm the only one with an Australian accent. And I'm an Aborigine. Mhm.
Aboriginal.
I'm an Aboriginal. I have abs, and I'm an original.
Nice.
Not very original. Everyone else has ass.
We know
Real
somebody
ass.
has more.
Abs like me.
Oh,
I
The
have,
first
I have a,
abs.
I have a 13 pack.
Ooh.
We'll have to ask George because he's pretty fixated on Colin.
You can't have him.
He's like the ab connoisseur.
right.
Colin's spoken for. Sorry.
I have one ab. It's just one.
Yeah, see, mine's hiding. It's been in hiding.
And eating sourdough bread by the loaf today doesn't help in helping it reveal itself.
My latest obsession is the Hawaiian bread.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The little Hawaiian rolls.
No, the actual bread.
Oh,
and you
okay.
put peanut butter and jelly on it. Oh my god. It's like I
Sounds
can't
good.
eat regular bread with peanut butter and jelly anymore. I tried. It didn't work. I had to go get the Hawaiian bread.
Wow.
Yeah, it is like addicting.
Ooh, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk next Wednesday. Be there,
Yeah.
be square.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to be square? What if I want to be obtuse? What if I want to be
You need to
oval?
be a
You already
cyberpunk.
are, Derek.
You need to be a punk.
But it's hip to be a square.
Mhm.
Alright, okay.
What about a triangle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were talking about the fact that you're an
I'm gonna be a
connoisseur.
cute triangle.
Wait, what are we talking about?
That you were
Geometric
the
shape.
ab the ab
I want to be a
connoisseur.
dodecahedron.
Oh, yeah.
Because Derek was talking about his Aborigines abs, like his 18 pack, and I
No, I
said,
have a
"Well,
13 pack.
George will be the judge of that."
I'm the sommelier of abs. Gotta sniff them, swirl them in your mouth,
Wow. Swirl them in your mouth.
spit them into a bucket.
Well, now you know where Colin's been.
I don't know if I can appreciate the thoroughness,
Okay.
or that just went. What? That escalated quickly.
Girls could be like, "What? So what did you guys talk about while I was gone?" Oh, nothing.
You don't want that.
Just superhero stuff.
Are you okay,
Yeah.
Brittany? Did it come out your nose?
I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I like
It's
you
like,
guys.
it's like this.
Yeah, we love you too.
And furthermore,
Yes, we are a great bunch.
Kind of deserve a higher game.
Which I find as rare. Because you usually have like one person who doesn't like anybody.
I don't like any of you. I just feel like I do. Just
Oh.
It's acting.
it's all acting. It's all acting. I am a malicious hate machine.
But
Keep my mom.
you donated that kidney to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maliciously.
No, he gave you. He
Malicious,
gave you. He
okay?
gave you
It
an
was
ab.
like, and take it now, here.
But I don't need it.
It's because you took his last ab.
Okay, so I am back. Where do we leave off game wise?
We were contacting the airbase.
Yeah, so Helios is going to make contact with the Maelstrom Air Force Base, and we're still flying towards Earth.
Okay, so you get patched through to a lieutenant who is on the. It's only radio, obviously, and they say, "I am, I am Lieutenant Bartlett, Maelstrom Air Force Base. How can we assist you?"
This is the legacy. We have returned from our jaunt that we needed to go on. We're wanting to know if there are any updates with the Ubari issue, or if there's anything with that we can assist with currently.
He says he is in so many terms he has to circle around that and indicate that he is unaware of what it is that you're referring to. That if there was some sort of individual you're attempting to communicate with, there are proper channels that you would need to go through to do that. If you want to give me an intuition check real quick. Oh, come here.
Okay.
Come here, sweetie.
Asha, baby.
Putty tat.
Come
Intuition.
Spend karma.
Do I need to know? Probably not. It's not super cool. We can figure it out.
Is this a good time to ask to
Elephant.
try Power Stone?
Oh yeah,
Probably
let's do power stunts in Ixion's ship.
Depends on what it is you're trying to do.
I knock all of you out. Blah! Ooh, would my mind arrow work on Hyperion?
Probably. He does have mind. Anyway, yellow feet on the intuition.
Okay. It's you're communicating over radio waves, and this isn't exactly the most safe way of transmitting.
Okay.
So it would be better if it's probably what they're getting to.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
How many abs do you guys think Electrum had?
Oh, he had a 10
At
pack.
least
All of them.
15.
He has all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you think for every kid he had, one ab vanished?
No.
No, he gained a new ab.
Is that what happens? Dads gain abs with every child? Because that's not the sign.
That's
Like,
why. That's why I only have one.
He may be our father, but he was not our dad.
Oh.
that's certainly true.
No Father's Day for
Any,
him.
any man can be a father, but it takes a special man to be a daddy.
And also, he shot me, so.
Well, he ain't your daddy.
Oh, yeah, no, not anymore.
Daddy.
The Jerry Springer of this world
Because
is gonna go nuts.
your daddy will freeze to death in the vacuum of space.
All right, I'm back.
For you.
I'm trying to find if there was a
That's the
specific
Guardians of the Galaxy
general
reference.
that we handed off to,
I mean, we could just.
and I'm
Can't
not getting a name.
we just land like we did last time?
We could fly to that base. They would likely notice who we are, since we are the only ones in this type of ship, and they've seen it before.
We could also contact our senator guy.
Yeah, let's contact the senator guy.
All right.
Yeah, I think if we just show up at the base, like, without going through proper channels, they might take that as a sign of aggression.
I believe we should try to establish some sort of ping or identification
Station
that we
identification.
can give them. That we can say, yeah, the proverbial eagle is coming in for landing, so to speak, as the American war movies would indicate. That way we can have our own code name that would indicate that it is us coming in, and they would not think of it as being aggressive.
Well, one would think that us being the legacy would be enough, but I do understand where you're coming from. But yes, I believe perhaps contacting the senator would be a good idea. Helios, could you place a call to Senator Barrett for us, please?
Affirmative. Placing call to Senator Barrett. We'll let you know when contact has been established.
Excellent.
And while you're waiting for that, are you guys hovering in the air somewhere, or are you heading back home, or what's going on?
Yeah, it took a while last time.
Since we don't know where we're going to be going, it might make sense to just kind of orbit Earth until we know where we need to go. Unless we just want to head back to our base.
I don't know about you, but little White Castle couldn't go amiss right now.
Were Lightbringer, were you or
That was most
Hyperion able to take note of the cloaking devices on the base to where we may be able to establish some of that on this vessel?
Oh, we on the trip out, we kind of came up with some rough blueprints to work on that.
Yes, the stealth panels you had been developing.
With the additional knowledge that we have from the space station, that may give us additional insight into how to do so.
Yeah, I can go over them again to see if we can implement any of that to improve or streamline it.
Would your method use the same like particles that our space station was using? Because those seem kind of like, if they get out, they seem kind of bad news. Because it's a radiation, right?
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to do some more study on that, for sure.
Your current information on the stealth panels you developed on our way to the station would actually be more than sufficient for at least flying around Earth, reducing our radar cross-section to almost nothing. And that's something we likely could actually start building at our base. I could actually get to work on that right away if we needed to.
Do you think Mr. McLaren would be interested in that technology?
Perhaps, but that would be something that would be provided to perhaps the Air Force or military personnel. That would mean that Quantum Unlimited would consider becoming some form of defense contractor, which I'm not sure we're willing to actually...
That's a big bridge to cross.
That could limit our international dealings.
Correct.
Could create conflict of interest, especially with your grandfather.
I was thinking maybe that's an avenue that we could, like, maybe that's a trump card that we could save for dealing with the government. Something to offer them if we need to sweeten the deal for something.
I mean, we already gave them the Dexamite language translator.
We have been very generous with new knowledge, for sure.
Even if we don't use it as a gift, it can still be useful for the ship. Ixion, if you'd be willing to pilot us back to our base.
Okay, so right turn, Clyde.
Man, we wish I'd taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, so you head back off and back to the vein.
Excellent.
And in a moment, you touch down.
Touchdown.
I was hoping people would do that. Touch down. On paper, unbreaded.
Unbreaded.
So then after we get there and we
Oh, it's on cooldown. No.
Yeah, because Brittany just played it. You can always do unbreaded number 2. There's 2 of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, once we touch down to our base and we start getting off the ship, Hyperion will turn to Lightbringer and go, "For your stealth panels, if I could get some of your assistance, we can determine how to start generating that. I can then create a holographic team of my own to start actually producing them. See how much we can do before we leave."
Yeah. Yeah, let's I might need some coffee. Had to do a lot of
Yes,
thinking
coffee.
this trip. Helios, could you make some coffee, please?
Affirmative. Helios is now brewing.
And can you order us a pizza too?
Oh yes, yes. Double meat.
Oh, Hyperion, you gotta eat
Affirmative.
pizza
I
now.
can place a message, or I can place a call for pizza pickup. Joan will be
Yeah.
required to for the delivery.
That's right, Hyperion. You can eat pizza now.
How much pizza should I eat?
2 slices to
A
start.
normal amount. I mean,
I don't have a normal amount of food to eat.
Do you have a heart to get heartburn?
I've never experienced heartburn. Actual burns to my body form and damage in combat situations, but not ingesting anything.
you know, we're
Sean disappears. You guys just see her go poof.
Oh no.
Hopefully she's getting the pizza.
we're gonna have to maybe take you to an all-you-can-eat buffet and see how much you could pack in. That could be a really interesting experiment.
When she returns, she comes back with 3 different types of pizzas, a box of what's the
Donuts.
donuts? Krispy Kremes
Oh,
and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ooh, let's
And
go.
That's them all in
Mukbang.
front of Hyperion.
Yes.
wait, what about us?
Yeah.
Well, he gets first dibs.
Oh,
He's never
Oh.
tasted any of this stuff.
okay.
It's gonna go right to his processors.
We
So there's
shall see.
pepperoni, and there is the meat lovers, and then there's the Hawaiian.
Mm. Yes.
Has
Do not
and
approve.
we hadn't discussed it previously, but how a carbon-based life form has a toxicity to like arsenic. Have we, or have we determined, or was I able to determine, or it of something here native on Earth that I am immune to, or that I am susceptible to, that is like of that type of magnitude, or even close to it, or
Has not been
Or
explored
that.
as of yet.
okay.
I don't know.
Am I immune to like arsenic? Because I'm sure that
This
You
would
don't
be
know?
the same answer I just provided. So if you want to start testing that, go right on in.
Yeah.
While we're
Comes
eating
out all
pizza.
purple spots.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Hey, arsenic.
So he takes
Uh,
a piece of pizza and starts eating it.
Did we call the senator?
Yes,
Not yet.
a call
Oh,
has been
did we?
made.
Okay.
So
come to
Hyperion,
find out it's
as
marinara
you take a bite
Uh-huh.
of the first slice double meat pizza, you start to hear some static in your ear, and you hear, "It's Friday, gonna be got it Friday, fun."
Looking
Rebecca-
forward to the weekend.
Yep,
Was
it's
it
Rebecca
around
Black's Friday.
1995?
Yeah. Wasn't that like in the 2000s?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
No, it can. I have to look it up.
Yep. Go ahead.
When did Pokemon come
So
out?
when
Trust me, when I come up with these things, I research it first.
Yeah.
Pokemon was already out, I think, but it was in its like it wasn't popular, wasn't it? Didn't it come out
Oh,
in
like
the
before
mid-90s?
the TV show.
It says 2011 on.
I typed
For
it in. I
Pokemon?
said annoying songs from '95, and the Google AI immediately said, "Here are songs from 1995 that some might consider annoying."
I mean, I've got a wiki open here. It says Friday Rebecca Black released March 14th, 2011.
Well, I wouldn't
most
trust
annoying-
a wiki because wikis can be updated easily.
Yeah, wikis are, yeah.
Yeah,
The most
but
annoying was the Nyan Cat.
I don't know if I trust
I would-
AI though.
That's fair.
I would,
But anyway.
I would kill anybody who played that.
So then Hyperion's like, the pizza is not supposed to help you hear music, is it?
Only if it's the turtle wrap.
Ah.
Yeah. Are you
Maybe
having
try one of
a?
the donuts?
Are your wires twisted?
I think that just means it's good.
According
He's
to that,
got synesthesia.
an interesting theory, but this was happening on the base as well. Do I have an additional system? And so
Try one of
he,
the donuts.
what, let's say some donuts. One moment. And he puts the pizza down, and then he runs an internal diagnostic to see if there's like additional subsystems, like some sort of transceiver in his head that he didn't have before, but now he does.
Sure. So as you as you start to run some diagnostics, yeah, you definitely have several parts that weren't there before. You were upgraded, and right about there you hear "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls."
I like that song.
Yeah, me too.
I'm receiving radio transmissions, and I try to change like the frequency of what I'm hearing just to see if that works.
Okay. So why don't you give me a psyche check?
Oh,
Kiss FM.
what have I done?
What was the third thing that you got? Donuts, pizza, and what?
KFC.
KFC.
KFC,
Oh, yeah.
free chicken.
Okay.
Green feet.
Okay. So you're like, and you guys start to see Hyperion's
face
face start to twitch, and his eyes kind of shudder, and then
He's
Dale,
allergic to
you
pizza.
end up hearing, or Hyperion ends up hearing, "'Cause I'm a liar, yeah, 'cause I'm a liar, yeah. I'll turn you into me, 'cause I'm a liar, a liar, a liar."
I try to like cut off the communication so far.
Roll
Maybe
a
he's
psyche
allergic
check.
to the pizza.
Well, yeah, maybe pizza's not your thing. Maybe you need to stick with something a little more.
And you're visualizing oversized
natural.
neck veins during that song.
Maybe try do broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli.
Wait. It's like listening to these suggestions and trying to turn off the thing.
What'd you get for your psyche check?
Oh wait.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't think it's the food, everybody. I understand, but
You have a glitch?
no,
Oh,
I
could
have
it-
an additional system. It seems to be at least an antenna. I'm not sure if I can transmit. I don't have full control over it yet.
Could it
I
be
don't
because you got a whole bunch of
think-
new parts? All of them are. It's like when you like everything is turned on. Maybe you need to go and start turning things off.
I do seem to have additional parts that I didn't have before installed. I need to find out what they are.
Why don't you have a seat and do a little diagnostic?
Did we get a?
So
did we
you're
get a
you
manual?
kind of you're doing your thing, trying to shut it off, and you hear dun 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 dun.
I changed the channel. Okay.
I'm gonna have some pizza.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having it here. She's eating a donut.
So while everyone else is eating, he's gonna go over to just the computer bay, and he's gonna keep trying to figure out what's going on in his head, and then see if like Helios can even like scan him to help Hyperion like figure out what this system is.
Well, he's not able to figure it out per se. He doesn't have like
Okay.
a working schematic of what you're like right now.
Oh, okay.
But he can determine that you are picking up radio wavelengths.
Okay.
Only want to be with you.
Yes,
Yeah, Hootie.
The song I know. Can you get This Is How We Do It?
This is how we do.
This is how we do it.
It's Friday night. See, that's the Friday song.
Gonna roll your psyche check again there, Dale?
Yeah, I will.
Alrighty.
And then there's
Wasn't
Wham
M
trying
to
to
the
make it come
12th
back?
power out at
No.
that time too?
So what? Yellowfeet.
Once there was this
Sure.
boy who
So as you finally turn it out, you hear
I love that. movie.
if it wasn't for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Right as you turn that off.
the rednecks.
Don't need to know about Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, but where did he come from?
What?
And where did he go?
Cotton Eye Joe is going to be the villain after Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
He sings only
the
one
way that
song.
He's got to be,
And you have to make psyche checks in order to avoid dancing, in a hoedown.
Yeah.
and,
Oh, no.
and he's got to be introed right at the right as your potential bride is starting to walk down the aisle. Dun, 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 dun. And that'll be it for Cotton Eye Joe.
I've been married. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
He turns everybody's eyes to cotton. It's like Eldritch horror
my
level
God.
stuff. It's like the worst.
Is this the big bad that we have to kick in the face?
Yes. So you've settled. You've gotten that
Plague
settled
of the
down.
Galaxy his name is Cotton Eye Joe. Gosh.
Well, no, it's some like Dexamite word that you have no idea how to pronounce it or whatnot. But when Hyperion finally translates it, his name is Cotton Eyed Joe.
It's Cotton Eye Joe. Like
Yeah,
something.
right, exactly.
Like a
Well,
George
now we know
Lucas
where it
spelling.
came from.
I know, right? Yeah. So,
Very
but yeah,
nice.
you're working on that. You guys have got your lunch at this point. Well, late dinner or not late dinner, early dinner at this point. Late lunch.
Can I do a power scent?
Yeah, go for it.
My precognition.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do mine too.
I want to ask you a question about power sense, but I can save it for after. But I actually don't know how they work. Like, would that be something better to talk about off stream?
You can if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, we are rolling.
Trying to find power stones.
Rolling.
Green. Okay, how many do I? Oh, that's my last one!
Yeah.
Hooray.
That's my last one. So does that mean that I now have precognition?
You now have precognition as a power and no longer need to roll power stunts.
What level do I have it at?
It's whatever level you were basing it off of.
Yeah.
So what power was it coming off of?
Oh, you know what? We never talked about that. I'm guessing danger sense?
Probably would have been danger sense, yeah.
So is it its own thing, or do I
It'll
need
be
a-
its own power, but it's not. It's a power stunt off of danger sense, so it's whatever that power rank is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
And I will get with you later as to what your premonition was, since you have
Okay.
successfully done that.
Oh.
Shelly, what were you doing for your power stunt?
I got the multiple teleport.
Okay.
And I got my last yellow.
Okay, so now you're
I
down
work on my
to
greens.
green feats.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I should probably save that for later. I wanted to do a power stunt, but I don't know if it'd be a power stunt. So.
I don't either, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, yeah. After stream,
Sure.
We'll
We'll talk about it then. That's good. Greetings, programs. Vancouver by night in the chat, in his house.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's Saturday night.
Oh no.
This is how we do it.
This is how Legacy does it.
So you end up getting the call through finally for the senator. Helios lets you know that he's patching that through.
Okay, excellent.
Legacy, this is Senator Barrett. How can I help you?
Yes, Senator. Good to hear you. How much information have you been made privy to with regard to the Tavaxian envoy that has arrived?
I have been thrown into the mix.
Understood. We're contacting you to see if there's anything we can do, if there is assistance needed with regard to their current mission in Russia.
None as of yet. There, from my understanding, this is given the potential severity of the issue. This has been run up the chain of command, and that information has been given off to the pertinent individuals. Obviously, I can't give much in the way of details away, but it is currently being handled.
Understood.
Is he on speaker or?
Effectively, yes. We'll say he is, just for ease of gameplay.
Senator, if I could be frank, I'm wondering if there's a further part for us in this negotiation, considering all that we have at stake for it.
How do you mean?
They pledged their loyalty to the legacy, in essence. I would appreciate some better visibility into what's going on.
Of course. Once this operation has been concluded, I'm certain we can bring the rest of your team up to speed, likely privately, because there are also other matters at stake that once this has been concluded, we'll have to bring to the United Nations, given the gravity of the situation.
Should we expect that communication regarding that to come from you or from a different source?
No, it will be coming from me. I have been designated your liaison for this particular matter, in between the envoy as well as the Secretary of State.
I don't suppose you could give us an idea of the time frame, trying to dovetail certain other initiatives.
I wish I had a better answer. I don't as of yet.
Makes sense. Compartmentalization of information and all of that. Well, if there's anything else that you become aware of course, don't hesitate to contact us. We will be in touch and we will be planetside. We may be busy when you get through, but whenever you have the information, we'll be ready to receive it.
Of course. I have, and for... Okay, what the heck? Oh, that was something coming from George's side.
Yeah.
Was that one? Is somebody flushing a toilet or something really loudly in the background?
That's what it keeps. Yeah, that's
Kind
what
of
it
sounds
keeps
like
like
running
water run someplace.
The AC just kicked on. Was
That's
that-
what
Oh,
it is.
I bet you that's
That
what it
must be
was,
it.
and then eventually, it just got used to sound. Okay,
Mhm.
no worries.
No worries. Cheeks.
So, he says also, I have taken the liberty of setting up a small communications array at my ranch, so you'll be able to communicate with me directly as opposed to relaying.
Excellent. Well then, Senator, thank you for your time, and we'll stay in touch.
Of course. Hopefully, I'll have a better answer for you within the next 48 hours.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and end that call.
Okay.
And he looks at the team. So, it would seem that we can either try to complete things here at the base or get in contact with Wraith to see if he has made contact with the Senian Underground yet.
I think we should call Wraith.
I agree.
At least just get an update.
Has he tried to contact us? Can we ask Helios about that? Because he said he would contact. Because it's only been a day, right?
About
He said
that,
it
yeah.
might take. He said it would probably take some time to get through the proper channels, but I guess at the very least, just let him know that we're here.
Yeah, we can let him know we're here.
Helios, has Wraith tried to make any contact with us while we were gone?
Affirmative. You have a pending voice message.
Oh, snap.
Please play it.
Okay, so the voice message just comes back. Waiting to hear back. I have the appropriate details. It's pretty kind of short and sweet for obvious
Yeah.
reasons.
Excellent. Okay. Helios, place a call to Wraith, please.
Affirmative. Reaching out to Wraith. Then you hear like the communication, starting to patch through, and you hear this. Hey, how's it? This is the Legacy, right?
That's correct, Wraith. How is it?
It's Sledgehammer.
Oh,
Hey, Sledge.
Yeah, yeah.
We're back.
Hey, yeah, I could tell. Yeah, I was on a. We've got a monitor. Sorry, just trying to keep things all squared away. It's a crime monitor or something, so we can keep track of stuff going on in the city. It's a little high tech, but then I saw your communication coming through, and I thought I'd answer. What's going on?
we were trying to get in contact with Wraith. He had left us a message saying that he has information with regard to an operation we could accomplish in Senia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought I heard something about that. He's actually out and about right now. Let me just send him a buzz, and I probably patch him through it then maybe the next 5 minutes.
Excellent. Thank you.
So disconnects. Lightbringer has a text.
Also, she goes a little pink as they're talking to him.
Are you
We'll check her
sick?
text.
She's like,
Is it hot in here, guys?
Was there too much
Not
red
that
pepper
kind of
on the
sick.
pizza?
It's not that kind of sick.
And she turned pink
No,
like that.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Sure, let's get you some water
She's blushing.
from the pizza. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Rage
yeah, it's the pizza.
building.
Donuts.
Okay, well, so the text message that you've got, Lightbringer, is from your grandfather.
Oh, okay.
And it just says, did you have fun?
She'll text back. It was pretty exciting. I'll have to tell you about it.
So he sends an emoji back.
Wow.
It's the okay sign.
Wow. Jurgen is texting. He's texting emojis.
He's not out of touch.
You're out of touch.
Did they have emojis
Out
back
of
then?
time. They did
They
not.
didn't have smartphones, so
Yep.
doesn't really matter.
Are they still called emojis?
Yeah,
Yes.
the original emoji where you have like the.
Yeah, are they still emojis if they come from New
It's
Prussia?
a colon and a
Yeah.
parentheses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because emoji comes from like the Japanese
Yeah,
word
yeah.
for like
emotion character.
Good
Yeah.
for them.
They're New Prussias now. Copyright.
All your emoji are belong to us.
Yeah. How are you, gentlemen?
All right. Well, Carmen's gonna keep stuffing her face.
Okay. A few minutes later, Wraith comes through on the line as he was patched in, and he says, "Legacy, I just got the message. When can you meet?"
We can meet immediately. Where would you like to do it?
He says, "Why don't we go to the meet on top of the Smith's grocery store?"
Understood. We'll be there momentarily.
Do you want some pizza?
Thank you, but
Or some fried chicken.
thank you, but not needed.
Okay.
We have a lot of it.
Do we?
She's
I'm
gonna show
counting
hand
on it.
Hyperion on a drumstick and then get ready to poof him out.
Yeah, Carmen's gonna grab a couple more slices.
Okay.
So Hyperion's gonna like bite it, but he's going to bite the meat along with the bone and like start chewing it and stuff. It
Oh,
seems rather difficult.
You're not supposed to eat the bones.
yeah, no, you're not supposed to eat the bones. That can get
Stuck in your throat.
throat.
Yeah.
Spit out the bone.
Seems. Oh, if I do, well.
Wow.
Here,
Here,
give
have a
me a hand.
donut.
Here, in my hand. Yeah. Spit. Here, spit in my hand. It's okay.
Pretty soon you're gonna have to have one of those like leash collar things that you put on kids. You know, like make sure they don't run away.
Once I got it, I'll just incinerate it and then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, have a donut. I think they're safer.
Yeah, there's no bones in those.
That we know of.
It is odd why humans do not digest the bones. It is a good source of calcium.
Well, it's because chicken bones break in your like they break apart really easily and they become shards that'll rip through your guts. That's why we don't eat bones. Also, they'll wear your teeth down.
Yeah.
It never ceases to amaze me how resilient yet how fragile you are.
I mean, we find other ways of using bones to make food. Like we use them to make soup. Yeah, you ever had ramen?
No.
No, you should try
Nor will I ever.
What if we put some into a water bottle and we spritz you with it? Would you be able to eat it then?
Ramen is just anime spaghetti.
Oh.
Oh, Helios.
And what's spaghetti?
Italian ramen.
Meanwhile, China, who invented noodles, is just doing the Jackie Chan like.
Yeah.
So I've got a sound for that.
Emotional damage.
It is.
Anyways, so
Spaghetti is the Chinese take on Italian food because that's where Mario Brothers came from. Yeah.
So that being said, trying to get back into it. So you guys teleport to the. Well, actually, Sean's never been there, so you probably don't want to just randomly teleport.
Yeah, where are we meeting on?
Oh, MapQuest. MapQuest. You're muted, Shelly.
Oh, yep. You could go. I mean, you could look at MapQuest. It's not really going to help you as far as getting a mental visual on it.
She only will go where she knows, and then they would have to hoof it from there.
Wait, so you teleported to that pizza place before then?
Yep.
And they were not weirded out by that?
I'll be
So
right
I don't teleport inside.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you also say the DMV?
No, KFC.
Oh,
and
KFC.
Krispy Kremes.
I'm sorry, I thought you said the DMV.
No, rooftops are really good to land on.
Okay.
We could at least take the ship most of the way. We could then teleport from there.
Okay.
Excellent. To the ship.
Okay,
With
so
their
you guys
goodies.
climb back into the ship, fly through town to the Smith's grocery store. The grocery store, however, it looks like it's been closed down, so it's not active, by any means.
Right.
And it actually sits near Fairside. So
Would it be easier if I teleport him up here? Or do we all want to go down there?
We said we'd meet him there. Let's not give him any surprises. Let's go ahead and meet him
Oh,
there.
that's right. He reacted bad last time I teleported him.
We should also maybe fly the ship further away, so that way we're not essentially just like a floating ship above our meeting spot.
I figure we probably wouldn't be like directly above it, but we'd be still like a ways, but within line of sight, so that Shone could like see where she's going.
Yeah, it's more like Wraith kind of seems like the kind of guy who would be annoyed that we like brought our car with our blinkers and lights fully blazing to a secret meeting.
well, Lightbringer can make it invisible.
That too.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see her. She's wearing a mask.
Where's Brittany?
So,
Yeah.
Lightbringer, if you're able to cloak the ship, and then we'll head down to the
Yeah,
meeting.
of course. Do you want me to roll, Drew?
Nah. What? What is that? Was that somebody's stomach?
No, somebody
That's a
activated.
It's Hyperion.
That was Hyperions. Yeah, I was just gonna say that was
Yeah.
Hyperions.
It's him digesting those bones. No, somebody turned on some big engine.
Oh yeah, it's on your side. It was a motorcycle. it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Take off.
It's
was
not
outside,
even me.
It was outside my window. I have no idea what that was.
Wow. So maybe George moved next door to Brittany.
Uh,
That would be weird.
Harley Davidson, 2022, maybe a 2023 software.
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
what color?
Red.
Oh, dang.
No. That was definitely a maroon found.
Mm-hmm.
What a maroon.
Amazing.
But yeah, we're on top of the
Chrome
grocery
accents.
store.
All right. Well, yeah. So I am not going to make you roll for it. Lightbringer, as you guys get near, or actually as you fly out, she masks it. And as you get near, you can just temporarily put it on autopilot and, just to hover nearby. Shone can teleport you guys the rest of the way, which is not very far at all. Pff, on top of the old, trying to say gas station. It's not it, man. My brain is fried from tonight. All of a sudden, the grocery store.
Smitty's grocery store.
And this is the only thing that's been closed down on this particular block. The rest of it still has some activity on it. Not that people are going to be looking immediately up, on top of buildings or whatnot. He just happens to be relaxed against one of the AC units, just flipping a coin, waiting for you guys.
He didn't bring Sledge, did he?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Your pink is receding.
And he says, "Good of you to make it."
Likewise, what information have you obtained?
So, I know that there's going to be a ship docking or a ship leaving here soon, which will be making its way to Senia. I don't know if your ship can make it all the way there. may or may not. I don't know. That might be a way to get in. But the underground has also advised me, or my contacts there have also advised me that the doctor is in. They currently have her working on something, some secret project. They're not entirely sure what it is. Most of what I get from there is that it's very grim.
Then we need to act with all due haste, it seems. This ship that you mentioned that could get there, I take it it's a naval vessel?
It is, yes.
Do you know approximately how long it would take to make that journey?
By boat? Let's see.
If we were to travel there, we'd have to find a way to actually make our presence not known for that length of time.
We could wait until it's almost there and then fly out to the ship's location and teleport on board.
That would, if you have a way of monitoring it unseen, that'd probably be the best bet. The idea is if we're able to sneak aboard this ship, since it's already cleared United States Customs, they're probably not going to question much about it when it gets to Senia.
What is it going to be carrying?
Officially foodstuffs and supplies.
So they wouldn't check the manifest and see if there's passengers listed?
I'm sure they will, but we won't be there when they start checking.
Oh, fair enough.
We'll arrive after it's already in transit, or just
The
before it reaches.
idea is you don't want to have your, I don't know if it has stealth or whatnot, but you don't want to bring anything flying coming in. They've got pretty advanced sensory arrays monitoring that particular chunk of rock out in the ocean.
What about power dampening fields?
What about it?
Are we going to be able to use our powers while we're there?
Well, the problem with power dampening fields is that you either have to have them on or you have to have them off. They operate all of their labor using collars.
Okay.
So realistically speaking,
okay.
so long as none of us get detected, we should be fine.
Are the collars the same ones that we use here?
Yes, but they're more advanced.
I was thinking maybe we could pretend to be wearing collars to get us.
I don't have a way of
places.
getting a hold of what they of the specs that they have. If you have a way of recreating that, that would be extra. That would be an extra secure, I guess, policy to put in place. The problem is if we're wearing them, it tells them that whether they're fake or not, we're deviants.
Okay, so we're posing as non-deviants.
That would probably be for the safest bet.
Until we're not.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, in the event that we do need to pretend that we are, sure I can make an illusion to the effect.
Yes. Make it appear as if we're wearing it. Excellent. Well, do we know then exactly when the ship will be heading out and when it will reach Senia?
It should actually be heading out tomorrow night. If we it's going to take it some time, obviously, to get there. So there's some time in between when it starts getting close. If you have maritime access, all of them have transponders connected to them, so it is not impossible to monitor the vessel en route.
Good
We should
afternoon,
also-
Jonathan.
Correct. Yeah, we should also be able to monitor it with our system with relative ease. Excellent. In fact, if you know where it is currently, we could locate it and begin tracking it now.
I do. So I'll leave that particular portion up to you, or leave that part up to you. It should take roughly 18 to 19 days, depending upon weather, obviously.
So we have a while to wait before we can enact our plan. Good to know.
That's if we want to take that particular route. If you want to take the more direct route and get straight in, there's obviously that option as well. The problem is, one, if we wait, it's probably going to be safer and more secure, but that also gives them time to finish up whatever it is that they're doing.
Are there any ships that are in transit right now that are closer to
No.
arrival?
The direct route, if we were to take that, would that effectively mean that we would be engaging their forces immediately, or is there some place where we can meet the underground?
No, we would actually get to the Philippines first, and then find potentially a quiet way to get across. Unfortunately, again, this comes back to their monitoring systems. They have all that tied up, so sneaking in is going to be undetected. Would be virtually impossible that way, which means we would probably wind up having to deal with their armed forces.
What about shipments arriving from somewhere else, like the Philippines?
I don't know of any. They have gotten very paranoid ever since Russia was attacked.
Okay.
If we're lucky enough, we could perhaps find a submersible, but that would only get us in so far to their shoreline.
I was going to ask about like if the radar extended underwater, would Ixion's ship be able to get us there?
They do have a ways to monitor for sonar.
Okay.
Again, nothing's foolproof. The only other thing I could think of is perhaps if we're going to go the direct route, trying to find a way to create a distraction somewhere else and sneak in while they're busy. Which I could communicate to the underground, and they might be able to assist with that, but that's putting them at a severe risk.
Could I teleport us in?
No.
I take it they have anti-teleport fields
They do.
erected.
I kind of figured, but I thought I would ask.
We're dealing with Dr. Rostenkowski. See, she is a genius who likely does not have an equal on Earth, save for perhaps Lightbringer. Anything that we go against will be difficult, especially any of the technology that she wields, or that Senia wields. We'll be
So,
prepared.
are we to treat her as a hostile?
I think it's highly unlikely we'd be fighting her directly. I don't believe she herself has any type of superpowers that I'm aware of. Therefore, it would be reliant on Senia's armed forces and mechanical forces.
But she's on the other team now.
She is. But the goal is to at least reach her.
Is
See
she
if
a
we can
deviant?
communicate.
No, she's not.
Huh.
They would never trust a deviant with this level of access that she has.
So this went from a rescue to a confiscate.
Well, we don't know because, like, if she is working with them under duress, then it's a rescue. But if she's working with them, then it's a, yeah.
We unfortunately don't have enough data to determine that.
How are you feeling about all this, Hyperion?
I understand that she is my co-creator, but a villain is a villain, whether I am somehow related to them or not. If they do terrible things and are not willing to change their ways, we would need to put a stop to her. And whatever plans she's enacting, especially whatever apparent secret project she's working on now, whatever she makes is extremely powerful.
I wonder
Is she
how
even
your
your
half-sister will
co-creator?
feel about this, too.
How? So in terms like Wraith, do you know like the particulars about the radar? Like what is it specifically detecting? Is it detecting like propulsion from ships? Is it
I don't have access to that, unfortunately.
okay?
I just know that it's beats the pants off of anything that the United States has right now.
Okay, but like
Yes.
it's the sonar is most likely it's going to pick up ships. It's not going to pick up individual people, right?
I was just going to
That's
ask,
probably not. You know, that might be something we could disguise ourselves as school of fish or something. That's impossible for them to deal with. You know, fish come through
Yeah.
there all the time.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we can get close enough, like fly close enough, essentially like staying out of their radar and sonar, but then when we make an underwater entrance, preferably something that doesn't give off a heat signature, doesn't move around like a ship, they might not notice us coming in, and we might be able to get in closer that way. It might be slower that way, but that might be the best way of making sure that we don't alert them that we're coming, and we also don't necessarily put the underground into danger, because they're probably the ones that we're going to be asking to help us form a government there.
kind of like one of the James Bond movies I was watching.
Yeah, George was thinking of Metal Gear Solid, where they fired him like a torpedo, and then he had to swim the rest of the way into the base, because like anything closer mechanical wise, they would have caught him. But that was George.
So like Escape from LA.
Oh, he loves
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Yeah,
There you
Kojima loves those movies, and like Big Trouble in Little China, all that stuff.
Yep.
So-
Solid Snake, of course, based off of Kurt Russell.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
What a nerd.
I know.
But I'm a superhero.
He says, unless you have any other way to get in that's going to bypass their eyes in the sky, it's going to be tight either way. For something direct like that.
I wonder if our stealth panels would get us past that.
If we could devise them and then attach them properly, it would at least make us invisible to their detection, but likely they would still be able to see the ship flying.
Well, unless it's
Cloaked.
True. We'd probably work on that immediately, assemble the panels within the next 2 to 3 days at maximum.
Hey, Davey, why
If I
don't
were
you
to
give
work
me
constantly.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Davey, why don't you give me an intuition check? Go
Intuition.
Go ahead and carry on. Hyperion. Apologies.
Okay. And so he's like, 2 or 3 days would be much better than upwards of 18 as far as waiting to actually enact this. Time is of the essence.
A feet of green.
Okay, got a message coming to you on Facebook.
not all of us would have the ability to swim underwater.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well I do.
Where would we
either.
get the gear? I mean, we
can-
I have an idea.
We could get scuba tanks. Oh,
Red Arsenal.
Yeah, but there have to be more than scuba tanks. I mean,
That limits the amount of equipment. we can
something,
use.
yeah, something to
Your
propel
idea.
us through the
Your
water.
portal,
Yes. If
the
we were to get
conduit.
if we were to get close enough, within approximately, and you see him do calculations in his head, 2,500 miles,
So
I may
that'd
be able to
outside
generate an
of their.
interspatial conduit.
Maybe we should test it again before
Oh yeah, we gotta check on the
using it in the
tachyon.
field.
Yeah.
make sure no deadbeat dads fall out of it again.
Since they have anti-teleport fields, and we have that technology here at the base, I can leave the base, we can activate the field, and then I can attempt to generate a portal to see if it's stable and can cut through the interference.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have proof of concept.
That's better than us trying to propel through the water.
Excellent.
So we could take the ship as far as 2,500 miles.
Open up a gate and be in Senia.
Correct. I would need to know specific coordinates of where to actually open up the portal. Do we know where the underground actually is in Senia?
Yeah, so you guys are all talking about this around around Wraith, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you've got a what?
We have recently developed technology we call the conduit. It's effectively a form of teleportation that opens an interspatial portal. One can step through one end and appear at the other end instantaneously.
Kind of like a wormhole.
Okay, and how far does that go?
I would need to be, in its current iteration, I would need to be within 2,500 miles of a location in order to lock onto it and generate a portal. But after that, the distance wouldn't matter. The portal would have been created.
Okay, so why not the Philippines?
We can't do that then.
It's
Would be within range.
it's practically next door. If this is something that can bypass their ability to block inbound teleportation, all we need to do is just be on mainland Philippines, like Manila.
Excellent. Let me see what can be done here. Helios, activate the anti-teleport array at the vein.
Affirmative. Raising shields.
And he steps off to the side. Like, let me see if I can generate the portal to our base. And he goes ahead and tries to create an interspatial portal, the opening of which would be in the ready room of the vein.
Okay.
And let's see here.
Spend some karma.
Yeah, let's
Hi.
see. Grab that
That's a good
chart.
idea.
Do these portals, like, do they pop up as, like, heat signatures or anything like that, like on radar?
Yeah, none of that's been tested yet.
Yeah.
Great questions.
Okay, so if I spend 45, that will assure at least a green. Are we cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But roll it red.
Yeah, that's an order. Oh.
Wow. We needed it.
Yeah.
So to give you a visual reference, what you're trying to request, you could be as far away as Japan or South Korea.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Plenty of range.
Almost half the width of Asia in its entirety is the
Asia.
distance. It's
Where's
Asia. I just looked
Senia?
it up.
Where's Senia located? I
Off
know
the
it's
coast of the Philippines.
Just off the coast of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like what he was saying, it's like right next door.
Okay.
So green
this
thief.
in this game's canon, it was originally a part of the Philippines, and
Okay.
Okay.
broke off after World War II.
Okay.
Okay, so you open that up.
And if it looks stable, then I try to walk through to see if it works.
So it's not. It's obviously not quiet. There's a sound, like a crackling of energy nearby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you step on through, and as you step on through, you get a visual. Now, obviously not here, but in your mind, of oh gosh, what was her name? Bitter
Shadow.
Shadows. Yeah,
Shadows.
Bitter Shadow. And what she told you, how she was able to get around it, get in and out essentially from that gulag you guys were at.
Right.
Same
The
premise.
portals that she was making. Yeah. Let's walk through. Excellent. We now have an additional way to reach our base instantly. And then he walks back outside the portal, so he's back on the rooftop again. Goes ahead and shuts the portal.
Okay.
It was a success. This should work.
Well, then we have a plan.
We have a way in.
Good job, Red Arsenal.
Good job, team.
So all we need to do is make our way then to the Philippines. What would be the best way, do you think, Wraith, as far as approaching?
I've got ideas for that. Give me about 2 hours to lay some groundwork for that. If this is gonna work the way I think it is, we're gonna need support to watch our backside.
Makes
So
sense.
we're going tonight.
Sooner the better. Looks like we can get in at will.
Excellent.
Okay.
And you have a means of contacting us once you have your information.
Everybody's got
bring
background
anything?
noise tonight. What's that?
Do we need to bring anything?
Uh,
Are we going in plain clothes?
Well,
We can't go
I
dressed
mean,
like
if
this,
we're
can we?
if we're opening this thing up, I don't know if going plain clothes is even gonna make sense, because it's literally a hole in time and space.
yeah,
I
well,
mean the
I mean,
operation, not the wormhole.
Well, no,
Like
that's what I'm getting at. We're probably going to be in and out so fast. I don't know if plain clothes is going to make any sense. Ideally, I mean, that's what I would hope for.
well, but does that mean because I mean, I guess we are about to hop into some international espionage. We probably shouldn't be flashing our legacy gold and silver outfits.
He says, well, true. You guys do have kind of a rep. I, on the other hand, don't particularly mind.
I don't think we should be going in as ourselves either, because
So why don't you guys take that 2 hours then to figure out what you want your uniforms to look like,
Yes.
or substitutions, I guess, or whatever. And I'll arrange for a safe location for this.
Black camel
Conduit
and
thing.
stocking caps.
well,
We
Librarian,
can-
could you throw up an illusion of us looking completely different than what we are?
I could, but it just means I wouldn't be able to focus on a whole lot other stuff.
Physically changing the appearance would be more efficient. We
Mhm.
wouldn't need to change it back while we're there.
Well, while
We
we're
would
there,
officially
she
be-
should probably make us invisible, at least.
Could
Correct.
definitely do that.
We can essentially
I'm just
do.
concerned. I'm just concerned of you going in and plain clothes, and you two are recognized
Well, but that
as your selves.
well, that's I think that's what we're saying is we're in the time that Raid is getting us in contact with like a place to port in. We need to get disguises or some other way of showing up there, so that way we're not as ourselves. So if we are made, they can't be like, oh, okay, this is exactly the legacy. Here's all the video footage we have of them. We know that it was these guys. To avoid an international incident, we gotta be incognito.
Right.
And we're going to need a safe spot to port in that's not obvious.
Right.
All right. And we'll wait for your information, Wraith. Keep in touch. We'll be ready.
All right, and that's where we're going to stop for the evening. So thank you guys all for playing. Of course, we got to do Karma here in a second. Our next game is going to be November 23rd.
Then we need to do player. We didn't do our Star Wars, I think, player of the night.
Oh, yeah.
But we
It was
need
me.
So too late, unfortunately. But yeah, so we'll do that here as well. But let's go ahead and roll for our Karma. So Derek, since you are the birthday boy, go ahead and roll for monthly as well as your birthday.
Okay. And it's a D what?
One D10. It's 1D10 times 50.
I almost started singing the strong bad birthday song. Today is the day on your fake ID.
Let's go!
10.
10 for the extra, and then what do we roll for regular?
1D10.
The same?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take you to Vegas. Roll another 10. I swear to God. I'll kiss you on the forehead.
Yeah. Over the stream.
6.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not too
16
shabby.
Times 50.
Okay, so we got 3,000 first one, 1,800 on this one. That gives us 4,800 that we just earned.
Booyah.
800, and then minus the amounts needed to bring the group back, group available back. Let's see, it's going to be.
For Power Stones, do we use group karma for that, or is that like individual karma? Like, do you guys keep track of that stuff separately?
Well, you have to use if for your first power stunt, you have to use 100 karma, no matter what.
Yeah.
You get it back
we-
if
And
Since
it's
we're on
that,
the
successful.
pool,
that can come out of the
it's just-
pool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it would
but
just
I
come
have-
off of the pool, but you wouldn't be able to, and you wouldn't have to wait until it's your turn to spend karma. Something like that, it would just be like, hey, is everybody cool with me starting the power stunt? Okay, yeah. It's 100 karma, no big deal.
And I know I'm next in the line for karma, and I just figured out tonight what I'm going to
Cool.
concentrate on.
Okay.
Teleport sense.
So then, with all that said, our group available is back up to 500, and our group bank is now at 9,505.
Wow.
Okay, now let's do RP votes. Starting at nobody is passing, you must vote. Just FYI.
Okay.
Starting with Davey.
Let me think about it.
Nope.
Nice try. Nice try.
He didn't pass.
George, for the.
Okay, George. So one
the
for
bone and the
George.
bones.
Brittany.
What even happened in this game?
Wow.
You were in it.
You were taking
I-
notes.
We
I'm
talked
sure
to,
I need to read over it for a second.
we talked to a space cop. We learned about space politics.
What did people do?
Well,
Like, it's either going to be between Hyperion.
I'm gonna go with Davey.
Okay.
Me. Oh my
Davey.
god, yeah.
For the intuition thing, yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
George.
Well, actually, for the asking about his mom.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
what about my
honestly
mom?
same. I was going to pick Davey for the same thing for asking.
Okay, so 2 for Davey, 1 for George. Dale.
I am actually going to go, for George as well, actually.
Okay, so 2 for Davey, 2 for George. Shelly.
I don't remember what I did.
The
Eeny,
bones.
meeny, miny, mo.
When you burnt when he spit in your hand and he burnt it up.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
Yeah, George.
Uh,
I mean, George for a lot of
2
reasons.
for George. Derek.
Yeah.
What would happen if I chose Davy?
We have to
They
roll.
roll.
they roll.
Beer
Yeah,
roll
we'll
off.
just roll.
We have to spin Beyblades.
Yeah.
That's from the 90s.
Yeah.
Because I'm inclined to do that.
Okay, so 3 for Davey, 3 for George. Roll off.
Let's go.
Roll off, Olaf.
All right, let her rip.
Slash
Alright.
MEL.
Just 1 D10.
Oh, whoops.
All right, how do we do this?
Slash R.
Slash R.
Slasher.
Space
Slasher.
1D10.
Oop.
Oh.
Gotta be a 9.
Davey's got 9.
9.
Yeah, eat this one.
Oh! George gets a 10.
Wow, that's what Dale did last night.
Wow. Except nobody.
We had a 3-way tie last night. And
Yeah.
Dale rolled a 10 and we just said, yeah, he got it. We didn't even bother rolling. There was no sense rolling.
So cool, congrats. That's going to give you another 200 karma directly to you.
Okay, I don't know how much I have just by
this
myself.
is the second time, so this should be
So you're so if you didn't have any karma listed originally, it should just be your last 3 ability scores. RIP.
yeah, you won player of the night last time too.
Did I?
So yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I have not been noting it. Oh wait, hold on. No, I did. Okay, I did note that.
Yeah. So you got
And it's
personal karma from that too.
200 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I have 400 total.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you add up your RIP?
What's the RIP?
The last 3
Reason,
of your
intuition, and
abilities.
psyche.
Yeah.
The last 3 of your social. Okay. Wait, so I
And
add
your maiden name.
Yeah. So your reason, your intuition, your psyche, you add those 3 values, and that's,
that's your
typically
starting
what
karma.
you start off with. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then 70. So I have 470.
470.
You got it.
Yeah.
So if it's the last 3 of my social, one of them's a 0. I'm
Don't
counting
say,
that as-
oh
I'm
my
ca-
god. this is the dream.
I'm counting that. I'm counting that as a class 1000. Okay. So
And Matthew Lillard might be watching this. He was in the movie Hackers. You need to be careful.
Oh.
I
Serial
divulged
killer.
one of my numbers.
You're doomed.
I don't know
Or
if you know
twins, because mine's
Yours is 0 too.
George, I don't know if you know
consecutive.
this, but the guy who invented and wrote the Cyberpunk RPG game actually had a special, I think it was like a 2-shot or something like a 2 or 3-shot game where he invited Matthew Lillard to play with like Luke Gygax and a couple other people.
oh cool.
Oh yeah.
Matthew
I watched
Lillard
that.
played serial killer.
Wow.
Is this recorded somewhere? I
Yes.
want to watch it.
It is.
I'll snap.
Oh yeah,
All right,
I want to watch it.
I'll look for it and try to and repost in our chat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
seem to recall the girl was somebody that I knew.
Yeah, all of them were celebs of some kind.
remember.
Either they're related somewhere, in the gaming verse, like Luke Gygax is the son of Gary Gygax, and then you had, Matthew
It
Lillard.
was a
and some other people.
VIP game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So cool. All right, so thanks
So
again for
cool.
playing tonight. Next week is actually our Cyberpunk
Let's
and
go.
Street Figure.
Hadouken. Tiger
Yeah.
Knee.
So
Tiger invoice.
yeah, Tiger Invoice. Payment.
Yeah. Default.
I don't default. You
What
win
was he saying?
bankruptcy.
It's your money. I want it now.
JG.
Yeah, I'll get with you after the game, Katie. So
Dale, I will get with you later this week to do the karma.
Right.
I'll also get with Dale to do the karma as well.
Wait.
I need to buy a talent, actually.
I'm gonna get with Dale and do some karma too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Dale,
Wow.
and I'm just gonna say, hey, how's it going? Just
Yeah.
who needs a dating app? Everybody's just hooking up with Dale for karma.
No, I'm hooking up with Dale because he's my friend.
Oh.
He's our karma daddy.
He's our supplier.
Yeah,
Good job, George. Way to make the rest
More
of
than
it.
karma.
you're welcome.
Christmas
is
daddy.
coming
He's
up.
our karma daddy.
Actually, I think,
Karma
don't I have
daddy.
like individual karma? Maybe I could just use that.
I don't know. I don't know if you have any individual karma.
I think I did.
Dale, Daddy, can I dip into the karma pool?
Oh no.
Just my toe.
My superpower needs an oil change. Can I borrow some karma?
Oh,
I don't want to be the leader anymore. No.
I know exactly.
I just need a cup.
Might you spare 50 karma?
Now I know why Electro left. Oh my god. So guys, it's Beverly Hills now.
This is what I sired. Oh.
I'm taking my abs and I'm leaving.
All 18 of them.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, chatting with us, and watching not only live, but any replays thereafter. So good night, guys. Have a good one.
Night.
Night.